But just know, Zebo is where it's at.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Last Minute Podcast. On the right, got Zebo G.
What's poppin'?
And on our left, we got a very special guest.
Savvy Melado, the one and only.
Yes, sir. We back, episode 191 of the most consistent podcast in the Carolinas. Still ain't got sounds. That's crazy. I didn't even think about it.
So crazy.
At this point, it don't even matter.
So crazy. They still on the way, though.
We like 30 episodes deep with no sounds. Fuck it.
They still on the way.
Should we just buy a new one?
We can, but
I mean,
we just got to fix that one.
yeah, but like,
True that.
Thank you.
yeah, we
It's
30.
choice.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna, I think I'm just gonna buy a new one. We ain't never gonna have sounds again.
Happy Easter. Happy 420. Happy April. Happy Sunday.
Happy everything.
Happy everything. It's a beautiful hot day.
It is. It's nice outside.
It was
Feels
like,
amazing.
yeah, it wasn't like, was that last week it was like cold? Or was that the week before?
Nah, it was a little chilly last week.
Yeah, like
Like early in the week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, like
But-
50s.
Yeah, which is crazy. But yeah, everything good. We having a good week.
Solid.
yeah.
Got a solid week ahead of us.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Bunch of work lined up.
Yep.
Yeah, as it should be.
Same shit.
As it should be. Same shit.
Rinse and repeat.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to our sponsors, MAMACITAS Food Truck and LIBATIONS Bar. Make sure you get your tacos, get your drinks. This is the Savvy Melado interview. So what we'll do, just normally we'll just go over what we listened to this past week, and then we'll dive right into the interview.
Bit.
Say less.
Tanner, we're gonna start with you.
Ooh. All right. Hang on. Let me. I was unprepared. So I've been listening to Chicken and Sauce by That Mexican OT and Sauce.
Oh,
Walker.
how is that?
It's actually hard. I mean,
For
they're
real?
rapping. Yeah, it's like it's real Houston shit.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
fuck with you.
it's very Houston.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
I can deal with that.
Heels Have Eyes, West Side Gun.
Oh yeah, that's right.
High Street, Amir Ali, Good Things Take Time, Deontay Hitchcock. What else? These Four Walls, Austin Davis. Nobody Likes Me, Lynn Martin.
Yes, sir.
Three Cellys, Savvy Melado. Everybody
Yes,
go
sir.
run that right now.
Sure.
Mr. Come On, AZ Kato.
Oh, yeah,
Life is Beautiful. Larry Jr. 2 Chainz. I watched their documentary, so I went and listened to the project again.
Yeah.
The way they do that is so dope. The way he does that for every project is...
As you should.
Yeah, it's like, why
As
would
you
you
should.
not?
fucks
Like, make
with
it special.
Yeah.
Fucks with
Just
it.
make
I
it
still gotta
special.
finish the behind the scenes joints.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Why,
Yeah, but
why
like
not
just a
make it
quick
special?
20-minute documentary.
Yeah.
Just
Give a little insight.
yeah, just why not? What else? Really just been listening to a bunch of unreleased music, so a lot of music on the way. Oh, I did listen to Tim's Born in the Wild again. So
Ooh. I gotta go back and listen to that. I was supposed to last week, but I didn't.
yeah.
I gotta do that. Savvy, let's go with you.
Well, of course, Savvy Melado
Yes, sir.
and Savvy Melado. A little bit more Savvy Melado.
Yes, sir.
Three Cellys.
Yes, sir.
Shout out producers.
A little bit
Later.
of Brandon.
Oh yeah, shout out.
A new artist I found named I think it's like Maj. I think that's how you say it. Correct me if you.
Is it
see
MAAJ?
J.I. Yeah.
Jay, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Educato, ZG, Anami, T-Lanes, Harbo, Savvy Melado.
Yes, sir.
King Mali, Low Shimmy, Savvy Melado. Yeah, that's been it. That's been about a little rotation.
Okay.
Whole lot of Savvy Melado.
That's a whole lot of
Yeah,
Savvy Melado, as it
man.
should.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know.
I already know.
What can I say?
Right. As expected. But nah, solid music from Savvy. And then for me, I went down the Stunner for Vegas, like discography for some reason. Damn, Stunner used to be some fire.
Yeah, he used to put out some hard shit.
Yeah.
That was a crazy
Yeah,
time.
that was a crazy time.
That last project he put out though, that shit.
Yeah, that wasn't
wasn't
it. Yeah, that wasn't it.
Shout out Stunner for Vegas. Though.
Nah, for sure. Shout out Stunner.
Shout out Stunner.
I ran a little bit of
Is he still making music?
I know he like yes and
Because
no,
I feel
but
like nowadays he's more like a.
he's a coach for an AAU team.
Yeah, but what's his girl's name?
Manalo.
Monaleo. Mona Leo.
I
Something
think it's
like
Mona Leo.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Mona Leo.
Yeah,
He's like in all her videos. So I
Yeah.
think he more like
he might be trying to help her. Let her
Yeah.
be the.
shit. Might
It's
as
your
well.
turn.
Might as well, shit.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it. I ran a little bit of Trap Soul, Bryson Tiller.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, great run. Ran on the line, Brandon. Shout out Brandon.
Shout out Brandon.
Yeah.
I ran some the new West Side Gun EP. Hard.
That shit tough.
I ain't
Yes,
touched
it
that
is.
yet.
Oh
I haven't
yeah,
had the
it's
time.
like
I
6
haven't-
songs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
solid.
Yeah. I
Beast
thought
crazy.
I seen his name pop up that I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
Some
beast
fire.
crazy. Heels have eyes. That shit is
Yeah,
crazy.
I ran Wiz Khalifa, Cushion OJ 2. Hard.
Oh, I ran that too.
Yeah. Hard. I'm glad Wiz is definitely now West Coast influence, but I mean he been living on the West Coast for about 15 years, so that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
But as a Wiz fan, solid for sure. And
But did you hear that joint he did with Playboy Max?
yes, I did.
That was
yeah,
tough.
that was tough.
That was tough.
That was very
That
tough.
was tough and unexpected.
Yes, it was. I agree. I ran some Baby Drill. I fuck with him.
Shout out, Baby Drill.
I
man.
fuck with him. He be on that.
Just real ignorant.
That real
Just real ignorant.
like dark
It's dark Atlanta
rap.
shit.
Yeah.
I can't
I
do
don't
it.
fuck with the dark shit. I always fuck with
Shout
that
out
shit.
to bro.
Shout out, Baby Drill.
No, for real.
I can't do it.
Oh yeah,
do
I'll fuck with him
But
hard.
shout out to bro though.
Shout out to
Cause
all those.
I've been watching bro for a while.
Yeah,
For
he
real?
tough.
Yeah.
I ran some Savvy Melado. I ran that 3 Cellys. Definitely go get that. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. I ran Austin Davis' new project, These Four Walls.
Yes.
Solid. Ran some With Love, Jay Ford. That's really about it this week. Oh, I ran random album of the week. Charlie XCX.
Brat.
No, not Brat. It was Pop
Did
2.
she?
I done ran Brat before, but Pop 2. That shit. I see, just like how some people like, I see why people are a fan of Playboy Cardi. I see why people are a fan of her. I'm not about to say, oh, that shit's crazy per se. Like, I'm gonna go listen to it again, but I see why there's an audience for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so pop. It's so pop.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't listen to it.
It's for a very specific crowd. But and then I watched it's Coachella 2 weekend, so I watched her performance again, her live performance. I mean, she was in there going crazy. But yeah, that's really all I listened to this past week. Yeah. That's all I listened to this past week. So solid week from everybody.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, man. That's about it. Yeah. That's about it. So Savvy Melado.
What's popping?
How you doing?
Doing fantastic.
Fantastic. Why are you doing so fantastic?
He wasn't
'Cause
ready for
life
the
is
wife.
lifing.
Life is lifing.
And it's not,
In a positive
I was
way.
like, I guess in a good way.
Yes, in a positive way.
Great way.
That's what we want to hear. 2025, life is life. Life is life in a positive way.
Yeah.
Word.
3 Cellys,
Yeah,
latest single, going
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah. We definitely gonna talk about that for sure. I just want to spend just a little bit of time about your upbringing or whatever, because not everybody knows. So I do know. Well, as a kid, were you already? Did you already kind of have were you like a music, like you always played music, or were you like a sports kid, video game kid? You know, I feel like there's just different categories when it comes to like a kid.
Yeah.
Like, what were you, or was it a blend of everything?
Yeah, I was all 3 of them. I started off playing video games, and then I got into the sports, and then it got into the music in that order as
Yeah.
a kid.
Yeah.
The sports started the game started because I was only child. Boom.
okay.
And then the sports started because I wasn't going out of the house. But of course, I'm a kid. You're super unaware of what you're doing for the most part.
Yeah.
So my mom realized that I wasn't going outside that much. So she was like, okay, I'm going to get him into something. Boom. Football. I tried basketball. I played. I practiced and everything with the teams. And I played one game, and then I was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. So and people used to give me flack for it. They was like, man, why you quit? I was like, at least I tried it, though. Like, I played a real game that counted for, I get counted.
Facts.
Yeah. But it was like, it wasn't for school or nothing like that. It was, what is like, recreational, or however they had a little league set up. It was like that. But that's how the sports came in. Then after that, I got into football. I played football all the way up to college, and then, but boom, that's just that. But with the music, that started when I was a kid in elementary school. I was always listening to the music, and then it made me want to listen to it more because the bus driver didn't want us to have the MP3 players. Mm-hmm. So what I would do was I would sneak to the back of the bus every time, like every day. Assigned seats, don't matter. I didn't care. I was getting in trouble too, still doing it, just so I could listen to the music. And then that's how that kept going. And then that train just kept going all the way up till now.
Word.
So I guess let's skip to about we'll just talk about like high school. So high school, like you said, you played football. Mm-hmm. Were you like considered like good?
Yeah. I was good. I definitely made plays. I played safety. So I had like 7 interceptions, over 100-something tackles.
Oh, word. Okay.
Made Shrine Bowl, got 2 state championships. Yeah, I was on varsity freshman year after the season though. Like I got moved up after the season.
Word. So sophomore year.
Yeah, so sophomore going into that sophomore year, I was varsity. I was playing both the JV and the varsity. I was doing both.
Word.
And and during that time is when I actually caught my first interception on varsity. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Word.
Yeah. So and that's what put the eyes on it right there, and then it was up from there.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at what point going through high school did you start getting into making music? You said you were always into music, but when did you start getting interested in like making it?
And was it during high school?
Yeah, it was during high school. Actually, no. That's when I started taking it serious. I wanted to start taking it serious. I actually started in middle school. It was Lil Wayne, man.
Yeah,
it was Lil Wayne.
Right.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I just watched Lil Wayne just did an interview with Tony Hawk that dropped yesterday. I just watched it this morning.
I bet that was dope.
Oh, it's dope.
Yeah,
it's dope.
Yeah,
real dope.
Man, it was him. I was listening to him mostly, not only him when I was in elementary, but him mostly, and like he was my favorite artist. So
he was everybody's favorite artist.
Had to be. If he wasn't, like what?
Our generation, it was Wayne. It wasn't nobody else. It was just Wayne.
I'm in first, second, third grade listening to Wayne, bro.
That's crazy.
Sneaking to the back of the bus just so I got everything. Like I'm already. Because I played the games, I'm already on the computers. I know how to download, rip music, share it here, send it here.
What a time!
I know how to get everything that you need at this time. I'm taking the games apart, putting them together, everything. I'm doing all that. So I'm like, of course I got the songs. I can get you I get you your ringtones, all of that.
Right.
But
real deal hustle.
That was a wild time when the ringtones was an MP3.
I wish I could just like step back into that time just for like a month.
Nah, I'm good. On a month?
I would love to, just because I'm just a fan of old media.
Yeah.
And like just crazy. What a time. Like I just remember you had to like, if you can buy ringtones, they were like ranging from 25 cents to like $5.
Yeah.
Like that's just crazy.
Did you know you can still buy a ringtone?
Yes, you can. Yeah. Which is that's a different for a different person, but
that joint is crazy.
No, I'm a huge fan of old media. Like I would love to just for a second,
I would do it.
Man.
Maybe a day or something.
LimeWire got me the worst whipping I ever got in my life.
Like what a time, bro.
Shut the whole computer down.
Oh yeah. LimeWire was basically AIDS for a computer.
Yeah.
If your computer got LimeWire and something really, really fucked up, you had AIDS.
When we took it to Best Buy, and the Best Buy employee was a snitch. He looked at my mom. He said, there's like 1,200 illegally downloaded songs on this laptop.
Oh, thank you.
I was like, oh, yeah, appreciate it, bro.
Yeah,
I never had none of that happen.
Yeah, nah, that shit. LimeWire shut my
we had LimeWire Premium.
Yo.
My pops mainly like, well, let me not snitch anything, but we was in there. Okay,
Bro, I had the LimeWire, the FrostWire.
Yeah, I had FrostWire too.
Yeah.
and all the other
Napster.
ones.
I had Napster,
Napster, bro.
yeah.
I
Bro.
had everything.
Just what a
LimeWire.
time, bro.
Bro, LimeWire like locked my computer up, my mom's computer up worse than I've ever seen a computer be locked up. I mean, you
Yeah.
couldn't even turn it on.
Yeah, like one day, like the
God.
next day, like
Yeah,
your
it was-
computer, like it just won't turn on. It's
Yeah,
like,
bro, it was over with.
oh, this is like done for. Like,
It was
yeah,
over with. My mom took it to Best Buy. Me and my brother was like, we don't know what happened to it. I don't know why it ain't working. Knew exactly why. Knew exactly why it wasn't working.
And the crazy thing is, y'all would have been straight if he wouldn't have said nothing.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Whole ass Best Buy.
He didn't have to say all of
He
that.
didn't. He did.
Nah, he
Too
did.
much information.
but
All you had to say was you got a virus.
no fact.
That's it.
Yeah. Whole ass Best Buy.
But back to Savvy in high school. So yeah, okay. So sports. Yeah, music head.
I started actually recording, like testing it out when I was in middle school. So I would pull up YouTube and then I would get a digital camera. My mom had one, and I would pull the speaker, like the little mini computer speakers. I would push all that together, have my little paper and stuff, pull up whatever the instrumental was, and then take it from there. If I mess up, I had to stop the camera,
What a
delete the
time.
tape, start all the way from the top. It was times I would get all the way to the bottom or back, however long I wrote it, and then I messed up, and it was like, damn, I gotta
Yeah,
go
you really
all
had
the
to like
way
almost
to the-
one take, Jacket.
One
Yeah,
take. One
basically.
You really had
but,
to.
of course, I was just keeping that stuff for myself,
Yeah.
whatever. But then I did that for like a year maybe. And then I stopped, but I still kept listening to music heavy, of course. And then by the time I got to like 11th, 12th grade, that's when I was like, okay, I want to go to a studio. So
So would you say like before like you went to that studio, would you say like your rap ability was good? Like you can rap a song?
I didn't know. I felt like I could, so I did it.
Okay.
But I was like, I don't know how it's going to
Yeah.
be taken. I was like, but I do know that if I don't do nothing, I won't know nothing.
That is very true.
So I
Yeah.
did it.
Now, so getting to the studio, well, one, like, did you drive to the studio? Or
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I drove to the studio.
Okay. Do you remember what studio this was?
Yeah, it was Doe School. Shout out to Doe School Studio. Shout out to Licavelli. Shout out to Jay Strong. Shout out to MJ Troy.
Yeah.
They put me on the Doe School, and Leak actually came and picked me up one day and took me to my first session.
Word.
So yeah, I heard about
That's
it
cool.
first. I got put on, and then that's how I actually got there.
So after, well, I know some people are kind of, whenever they start recording, they're kind of like, oh, I was kind of like this or whatever.
Yeah.
So I guess like during the recording process, like, were you like, oh, I actually got this, or damn, it's kind of harder than I thought, or this ain't really how I thought it would go?
Nah, I was definitely like, damn, I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So
Mm,
you
long
was
as
moving
I-
with some confidence.
Yeah, as long as I was like continue to feel how the way I was feeling when I first started, I was like, okay, if I can keep like in the booth in my head, I was like, okay, shoot, if I can just keep doing this, then that's straight. Like,
Right.
I get better, but this don't sound bad to me.
Right.
Boom. That's how, and then I had to go with it like that. Whether it did sound bad to other people, it's like, okay, if I stopped right there, still go back to what I just said. If I stopped and never keep going, I would never know if I was gonna get better.
And true. And how was Leaks and Doe School like reception to you rapping? Like, were they like?
Oh, they was fucking with it. They was fucking with it. Of course, they gave me the criticism that I needed. I didn't take it, the wrong way. I took it as needed.
Right.
Boom, and worked with it from there.
That's what's up.
Word.
So you mentioned
tough.
Leak. So you mentioned Leak. So both of y'all went to the same school together?
No, Leak went to Shelby High School. I went to Crest High School. And,
Okay, word.
and we went at different times.
So how did y'all meet? How did y'all meet? Because, I guess we'll talk about that a little later. But how did y'all meet?
We met online, but I think
Cool.
he said he knew of me before. And I had seen him, but I didn't know. I've seen him around, but I didn't know who he was. And then he said he had knew of me through Juice.
Okay.
So then when I was in college, by the time I got to college, I was seeing him a lot. First of all, we done this thing. We had a at the what's the name they got up there in the city, the LeGrand.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, okay.
We did something at the LeGrand.
Oh, the outside joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Now
and he was there.
Now then, were y'all trapezoid?
He was.
He was. Okay.
I didn't know who he was.
Because I want to talk about that later, but okay.
Yeah, I was in the back
Okay.
messing with the DJ thing, making sure the songs was playing right.
Okay.
So I only knew a few people there. I knew what was going on. I knew a lot of people was coming, shit like that. But I didn't know who he was, but I did see him. I was like, damn, bro, going crazy. Like he got all this. Like he ready.
Right.
And I was like, dang, okay. But I still didn't know who he was. Cool. Then fast forward. I go to college. I'm still seeing him like on the social media. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to DM bro, because I see where he from now. He from the Shell. He got to be from the Shell, because I'm sitting here seeing you from the Shell, in the Shell all the time. So let me DM bro, because he got to know where a studio at. He got a lot of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how that happened. Boom. And then we at first it took a while, because I guess, just communication take a while sometimes it don't. And then he hit back one time, and then he was like, yo, bro, yeah, I know you, bro. Let's link up. Boom. Then he came and got me one day. Boom. Went to the dope school, did something, dropped me back off.
Word.
That's dope. Well, so today, if you listen to that song, like what would you think? Was it just a young boy that was hungry? Trying something?
Yeah, man. Just trying shit out, man. Just seeing how it sound.
And is that song on the internet? Or is
It used to
deep
be.
in the archives?
It's deep in the archives now.
Yeah, it used to be. I still got it though.
Word. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
still got it.
We'll
It
break
used to
that record later on.
Maybe.
But nah. Okay. Word. Okay. So we graduate high school.
Yes, sir.
And then so we're going to college. Now I know you said you played football in college. Is that correct?
Yeah, I played. I went and played for 1 year, and
Okay.
then I stopped going to school so I could work and get a job, get money, because I was broke as fuck in school, and
Word.
I wasn't gonna be able to afford the rest of the schooling years or anything like that. So I was like, okay, I need to do something.
Right.
Because I'm in school and I'm like struggling to do the simple things like get a haircut or get something to eat, shit like that. And I'm just like, okay.
And it's the simple thing.
Yeah. And I was just like, all right, I need to do something about this. So I need to make a decision. And of course, when I made my decision, everybody thought I was crazy and stuff like that. But I just had to take it to the chin and keep going. I had to know that I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I had to put in the work and the action as soon as I do it. So as soon as I stopped going to school, I instantly started working. And the crazy thing is, my life changed when I stopped going to school.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my
Yeah, 'cause
life
now
got,
you in
like,
the
my
now you in
life
the
got
real world.
better.
Yeah, now you in the real world.
You in the
Yeah,
real world now.
like my life got better once I stopped going to school. That's not telling people to not go to school by any means. I'm just telling you my
Your story. Yeah.
experience.
Your story.
But yes, that's what happened, and I was like, dang, this is crazy. Like if I had it like this when I was in school, this would have been different.
would've been straight.
But it's like it ain't nothing really I can do about it at this moment in my head. Of course, you can always go back to school type shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how that ended up going, and I was like, okay, since I'm not gonna be playing ball or going to school right now, I definitely need to go hard with the music. So that's what I did. And it was at points where I would travel, maybe sometimes I traveled an hour to go to the studio because that's where I could get it at.
Especially then, like there was only very select studios.
Yeah.
That
Exactly.
you can legit go
like
to.
I was walking to work and shit like that, so I could get my bread up to start off getting my bread right and shit. And then once I got my car, shit was up from there. Like it was over with after that. Yeah. And then that's when I was like, all right, bet. I know how to. I'm leveling up now. I'm at a level I wasn't at when I was in school because the people I was with in school, they had cars and shit.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? They would definitely help folks out, but that don't mean just because somebody got a car and they cool with you that they gonna give you a ride every single time.
Right, yeah, for
And
sure.
of course, if you conscious enough, you're not gonna sit here and keep asking for rides all the fucking
Right,
time.
yeah.
Like, so
But
it
man,
was
where
like,
you gonna be like, dang, like, all right,
yeah, like I'm
I
looking,
can't rely on you.
exactly,
Which is fair.
So it's like you got your share of people who got cars, because not everybody ain't got a car.
Nah,
so you
facts.
got your share of few. Boom, all right, boom. So by the time I left, I was like, that's the first thing I'm doing. Did that, it was up.
It was up from there. So leaving college, coming back home. I know you probably got hit with the. I feel like there's kind of two different people when it comes to that. I know. We had Kendall Cut on here, and Shields was saying it was kind of like that. I'm back home embarrassment.
Yeah,
You
man.
know,
Shout
like-
out to Kendall Cut, man. We went to the same school.
Right, yes, correct.
Graduated at the same time. Yeah. Shout out to Kendall Cut.
So I guess maybe getting hit with some of that where you're just like, damn, it's kind of like I'm back at level 1.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, getting a job, going to work, trying to figure out how to really do this. I guess once you finally start to get some money in your pockets, as far as the music, I know you were saying sometimes you're traveling like an hour to go to the studio, yada yada.
Yeah.
In terms of the music side of things, like where are we at now? Are we making good songs? Are we like who are we around? Is it just you that's going? Is it still you and Leak that's going? Like who's around you at this time?
Of course, PTP the team, and yeah, I'm still around League and more artists now from.
No, I'm talking about then.
Oh, then.
Yeah, around then.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
bad, my
yeah.
bad.
Nah, you good.
Yeah, it was definitely Leak and MJ Troy, Juice.
And are y'all trapezoid at this point, or is
Yeah,
still
are y'all-
just leaked as trapezoid?
I got into Trapezoid after I left school. So
Okay.
And then explain what
And what-
Trapezoid was.
Also, what years are these? I'm just trying to
Okay.
set a timeline. Like, what year did you leave school?
Yeah.
Okay, I graduated 2017.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
I went to school
18,
For a year. So this is like 2018, 2019. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
So I was in Trapezoid 2018 after I left school. Trapezoid stood for the race against poverty. That was the trap part stand for it.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I fuck with that. That was nice. I like that. And he showed me everything he got going on, what he was trying to do and shit like that. And he had been doing it. And I was like, yeah, this is what I need to get into. Like, this is something that I need to get into, especially with what I got going on.
Yeah.
Somebody that's this focused on music is what I need to be around. So that's just a plus that I get to be a part of the Trapezoid.
Right.
So I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that shit. And then that helped me out even better. That helped my artistry out better because I got to learn. I got to learn. Soak up. And then yeah.
So it sounds like you learn a lot from Leak.
Yeah, I did.
When it just comes to me, like you said, you know, he was kind of more further in the game and knew more kind of about how the music thing works. Where when you came in, you was kind of fresh meat.
Yeah, I did, and I also learned a lot from MJ Troy and Juice,
Oh, fact, true,
Juice
true.
as well. Harbo, I also learned a lot from them because they was doing this before me too,
Right.
and better. Like I was like,
I know MJ. I remember Kendall mentioning her, MJ, and a few other people used to make music together. all
Jay
the time.
Strong.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like they was going crazy in high school.
Yeah.
Like how crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely learned from them too.
that's so crazy. Okay, so we're looking at
So 2018, 2019, are you still going? Have you got into teaching yourself how to engineer? Or
Yeah,
are you still
yeah, is
going
this around
traveling
that
back
time?
and forth to studio?
Yeah. So after I was going back and forth to the studio for a certain point in time, I always paid attention.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I need to get me a computer and I need to learn how to do this myself. So I put my recording process on pause for a little bit, and I was like, let me learn how to engineer this stuff. So I would do a little stuff on my own. So I got the whole little setup of the starter kit, the recording starter kit,
Yeah.
the Focusrite
The
shit.
Focusrite. Good old
I got that
Focusrite.
whole little package, about $200, whatever. Cool. I was like, I just need the computer. I just need to be able to do this. This is not even for putting shit out.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. Did that and just tweaked on Fruity Loops. I used to record on that, FL. because I wasn't aware of the Pro Tools.
Yeah, I got you.
And I was like, I gotta work with what I can work with now. Did that, and I did that for like from 2019. Well, no. It started in 2018. So 2018 till about 2020, and then around 2019 was when I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring back. I can start back really recording now to put stuff out.
Yeah, because you figured it out.
I done took a year and some change to learn how to really do what I need to do. Okay, cool. And then also in 2019, that's when I got into the Pro Tools.
Word.
I was like, okay, I'm going to different studios and I'm seeing this same program that I don't know about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, at this point, I can't keep trying to avoid it. Let me just see about it. So I read up on it and asked questions about it, got it, and I was like, all right, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to have to just figure it out. And
yeah.
I did that, YouTube University, paying attention in the stew, practicing myself, rinse and repeat, learned how to use Pro Tools.
I know that was so like convenient for you.
Oh yeah, that's groundbreaking as an artist.
Yeah, I had
definitely.
planned it. I strategically planned it. I was like, that's gonna put me ahead if I learn how to do this shit first and then start.
Yeah,
doing
because then you can
music.
make as much music as you want.
Exactly.
You ain't got to pay nobody. You ain't got to do nothing. You just constant practice.
Yep.
And where were you? And whenever you was making like your own music, like were you like in your room or were you like where was this at?
Sometimes I was in my from 2018 until 2020. I was in my own room or in other people's rooms, and then in 2020 I bought a shed or a building or whatever you want to call it, and then I set it up in there and then insulated it, padded it a little bit, boom, did it like that.
Yeah, that's groundbreaking.
And you were recording other people at this time too, right?
Yeah, I did start recording other people because I started putting the songs out and they was liking it. People was, liking it a little bit. I can say people was going crazy, but they was liking it a little bit. And then some folks asked me like, who engineered? I'd be like, yeah, I did it. And they was like, word, you know how to record? I was like, yeah. You know how to make my stuff sound like yours? I said, yeah. Right. And I was like, yeah, just pull up, boom, little recording fee, simple. Then knock people over the head.
Yeah, but that's an easy way to make money too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was running it up for a little bit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember the shed.
I remember the shed.
Yeah, man. I
came in there
I had
record a few things. Well,
man,
not record music, but film
for
music.
everybody that used to record at the shed, man, I stopped doing that joint because my schedule got too busy. I was doing the music, recording y'all and other folks, and going to work. Full time, like
when is Savvy time?
Yeah, so I was like, I have to choose to do something. I have to take something away.
Yeah,
and I was
can't
like,
be work.
You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Yeah,
let's come on.
Yeah,
now.
It can't be work.
So I was like, yeah, let me just chill on this. I appreciate it. Everybody that done came through. Everybody that done made some fire music at that time. This is 2020. We talking about COVID year. Everybody was pretty fire. Boom, we had some vibes, smooth. But yeah, I had to get that thing up out of there because
that's a lot to manage.
It was getting to a point where I wasn't really getting no sleep like that.
Yeah,
you just working.
Yeah, I was
all
like,
day.
dang, and like I was thankful that motherfuckers was hitting me up. I was thankful for it, but it just
still,
some
you don't want to be tired all day and working all the time.
Too much of anything can turn into a bad thing.
It can.
So I was like, yeah, let me get on up out of there. But yeah, that's how that went. And yeah, by the time 2021 came around, I barely would record myself. I was more so going to those school, and then of course 2021 is when I started coming here.
Yep.
And the rest is history.
So
damn, was that 2021?
Yes, sir.
Damn. Nah, that was 2022.
That was one, bro.
Was it?
Yeah.
Damn.
I remember when folks started reaching out.
Damn. I can't even remember.
So
I don't remember what was said, but I remember it. It was definitely.
Well, I think because I think Zebo set up you coming over here for the first time.
More than likely. Yep.
Yeah, because the label we had just started like really putting money behind it type shit.
Yeah, okay, I do remember this. Yeah,
Because I remember you invited Savvy over to the studio.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
when we
yeah.
had that conversation in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
Was that
bro.
2021?
I think it was 2021, bro. I'm pretty sure it was 2021.
Was it?
This was
I don't know.
Hold on,
That's so
2021 is
long
whenever you, MJ, and Juice made that one project.
Yeah.
Was it around that time?
I don't remember. I'm not able to tell you
Yeah, I
what
don't-
time it was around, but I can tell you the year, and it was
2021.
2021.
Real World came out in 2021. That's crazy.
Yes, bro.
I
Yeah.
feel like we just shot that music video like not too long ago. I remember everything about that day.
Yeah, bro. That was
Damn,
fire.
I can't believe that was 4 years ago.
Yeah, bro. Boys
Yeah.
been in there.
Did
for
we
a
sign
minute.
you in 2021?
I think so. Yeah, I think all of that. The meeting, it wasn't because it didn't take long. You know what I'm saying? It didn't take long at all. Like
yeah, because I knew he was looking for an artist.
we linked up like a couple times, and it literally may have been 2 times. I'm not sure, maybe in a couple more, but it didn't take long at all.
Bro, time is crazy. I'm on your Spotify because I was gonna ask you a couple questions about your music, but like Real World came out in 2021. Get Gone.
Yeah,
That's really.
yeah.
I remember shooting Get Gone in Uptown Charlotte. That was 2021.
No,
Couldn't have been.
no.
Oh, well, that was the music video though. That was the music video, but the song. I remember the song coming out too.
Yeah.
And then Proof.
That's crazy.
I remember doing that.
Yeah, that was 2021, bro.
Don't Tell It was 2022. Damn, that video was hard as well.
Yep,
But
I remember that. Yep,
So-
it was hot, boy.
yes, it was. So rewind. So 2019, 2020, you was releasing music like Got Me High, Witness with Big Homie Juice, Roses. You did a whole project with Lika Veli called Real Rock Stars.
Yes, sir.
I remember shooting a video off of that. Now, was this a first project with your name on it? I know it was a collab project, but was this like a first body of work with Savvy's name on it? Unless,
yeah.
yeah, it was. Wait, no, Blind.
Blind
Towers.
there was the Blind Towers joint.
Blind Towers,
I
yeah.
got mixed up because both of the fucking covers is black and
Yes,
white.
right, same here, yeah.
yeah. It was the Blind Towers joint.
Well, Blind Towers, just to talk about
What-
your.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, no, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you see the dates on it? Just
Yeah, so Blind Towers was May 15th, 2020.
20, yeah.
And then damn it. The Real Rock Stars was September 18th, 2020.
Okay,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, hold on.
So with your first project, now just after releasing some music with your team at the time and solo songs, how was it building a project? Like how was it building that first project, that first piece of body of work? And are you proud of it?
Yes, I am proud of it. No doubts.
Good,
about it.
because a
I'm
lot of
proud
people
the
don't be
joint.
proud of their
Yeah,
first
like I
project.
would never take it down
Smooth.
if I didn't have to.
Correct.
Word.
But yeah, I'm proud of it, and the process of recording that was enjoyable and frustrating. A little more of the frustrating than enjoyable because it was my first time, and I was like, okay, I want it to sound like something. I don't want it to sound like these other songs that I put out. This is a collection right here. I want this to be something. It ain't gonna be the best thing ever.
Correct.
Because it's my first Joan, or it could be, but more than likely not. It's my first Joan. So, but let it be something different.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, boom. But we gonna get it done. Every time, we gonna get it done. And that's how I was with every song that ended up going on the project. I was like, every time we gonna get it done. Like, it was times where I was like, some songs, it might have took me like a couple months to do, 3 months to do. I remember this. And I was like, well, we just gotta get it done. Like, this what we working with right now, because it was times where I didn't have other beats ready yet. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, what you gonna do? Well, this is what we gonna do. We gonna just take a break and come back to it. If we gotta keep taking breaks and coming back to it, that's what we gonna do. You gotta do this in order to grow as an artist. This is what I'm telling myself at the time when I didn't feel like doing whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, we gotta do this. We gotta do this. We gotta do this. You ain't gonna, your lyrics and things ain't gonna grow. Your flows ain't gonna grow if you don't go through this stuff. Worked through it. Got the project done. Figured out the track list. Did the track list myself. Then I was like,
Did you do all the recording yourself? Did you engineer the whole project by yourself?
Trying to think of the songs. Is it a got me? Is got? Did I put? I think I put got me high on
So
there.
you had
I
Arrival,
recorded that at
Stars, Zoom, Too Easy, Dance on the Keys, Long Way, Shadows, and Shining Above.
Oh yeah, that's all me. That's
So you
all
did.
me.
So you did the whole project.
Yeah, that's
that's
all
tough.
me.
That's dope.
That's tough.
That's dope. So just moving forward in the music, you know, we have Blind Towers 2 released 2021, Blind Towers 3 2023. So just moving along, and again, like I said, the singles that was releasing around this time was Get Gone, Real World. You had the project with Big Homie Juice and MJ Troy. You had Proof, this 2021, Don't Tell It 2022. So just me as a fan of you, I noticed the progression in the rap ability, the sound, the beat selection. Like, I'm like, dang, Savvy's getting better.
Appreciate you.
You know, Savvy's getting better, and you know, which is always just a blessing. But so like y'all two were just saying, you know, so how was it? So at this time, you're like by yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you release some music, you doing your thing, and meeting up with Tanner. Just briefly, how did that go about, and how was that conversation that y'all had about signing you to PTP?
Was that the first time we ever met, or had we met at a show?
Now remember,
First
we had
time,
that.
sir.
Now we had that show in Shelby where Austin was on the lineup and Lika Veli was on the lineup. It was in Galaxy's basement. Were you there?
Oh yeah.
Cause Austin was on there, Lika Veli, Zebo T, and I was DJing.
I was there.
Somebody else was on it.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, I remember
but I didn't
Juice
know
was
you.
there.
Yeah, I was there, but we hadn't met yet.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, continue.
Yeah,
okay.
that
I just
shit
remember
was
y'all was in the
crazy,
same room.
And then you
bro.
and-
That was
Fucking
crazy. That show
You
was
bad at
crazy.
That shit.
Yeah, I was blacked out drunk
Yo.
upstairs.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I didn't see you.
Yeah, I
'cause
passed out in the bathroom.
We was downstairs.
Yeah, I
Right,
was- I
yeah,
was
because
smacked
Lika
out.
Veli had
I had
someone
just-
on a guitar playing and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
I
that
had
was
just
crazy.
turned. No, I wasn't even 21 yet. I was 20, and Austin had bought a 50 Hennessy, and I got smacked.
That show was
Super
crazy.
smacked.
That was some real. That was probably the most underground shit
Ever.
that's ever been done.
Ever.
Yeah, because then I think I know Leak, because I knew Leak at this point.
Yeah.
And then we had the CJ's Grill show,
Yeah, yeah.
which was around that same time.
That was before.
Did you, were you
that
at
was
that
like
show?
that was like
I know
2019.
Leak. I know Leak was at that show.
Leak was there. Austin,
wait a minute.
Zebo T. This was
it,
20 like
in Gastonia? Okay,
Nah, it
No,
was
no,
in
it was in
Keys
Keys
Mountain.
Mountain. It was at
Was
a
like
little
downtown.
spot. It was like a little grill.
I think I was
We had
there.
that bitch packed. It was like,
Was the producer? The producer. Shoot, what his name? Was it? Darn, y'all know who I'm talking about, man.
black, white.
Nitty.
Nitty.
I think
Yes,
yeah.
Nitty.
Was he there?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was there.
I
Yeah,
was there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Nitty was there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody was there.
Everybody
It
was
was
there.
like
for
100
sure.
deep in
Yeah.
that little ass CJ's
No, for
Grill.
real.
Yeah,
That was
bitch
a
jumping.
crazy time.
I was there.
Okay, word. Okay.
So that was when like the I feel like that was the time when like the undergrounds of Kings Mountain and then Shelby started like
bro.
blending with each other.
Yes, because I was mixing Kings Mountain and Shelby together.
Yeah.
bro.
Because
Cause at the only point, the only person from Kings Mountain that was rapping was
it
Austin.
was really Austin. I would throw my boy Zebo T on there. I would get Leak on there. Well, I'm forgetting somebody else. But they were always like, I gotta have Leak on there to represent Shelby. I gotta have Austin represent KM, and then I'll kind of mix in between there. But that was really when it came down to music. That's kind of when KM and Shelby was in the same building because Leak had a lot of people popping out, Austin had a lot of people popping out, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So we finally got to be kind of in one pool.
Yeah.
But anyway, continue on about how it was getting Savvy onto the roster.
Well, you came over to the crib, right? The first time, and
Yeah.
that was the first time we had like I guess formally met.
Yep.
And the label had just. You sure it wasn't 2022?
Yep.
Because we
feel like
signed
it
you.
was two.
We signed you after Don
But y'all-
Rue,
you
and we
remember.
signed Don Rue at the end of 2021. And I signed Jordan in March of 2021, right after Through My Eyes dropped. It was
I feel like
2022.
it was 2022.
It was 2022.
Like, ain't no way it was 2021. I remember 2021.
Yeah, it was 2022 because everybody that lives here had already moved out. Or was Demo and them still living here?
No. Well,
I was here before all that.
Nah, you were. We met Demo and them in January 2021.
I was in a relationship at the end of 2021, and that's when AP Bird, they was living here around that time.
Yeah.
This was like fall 2021.
That was right before everybody moved out. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. This was This was
they all moved out in 2022.
That's what I'm saying. I was around before bro was living here.
Really?
Yeah.
This was around the time Go Wings and Chicken Wings came out.
I seen that whole process happen.
Wow.
Damn, for real?
He was, bruh.
Yeah,
At first,
so
it was
confused.
tell me if I'm wrong. First, it was coming, doing songs, boom, popping up, boom, 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 boom. Then he was living here. Boom. Then out of that, moved out.
Bruh, it was 2021 only because I remember Morgan saying something about you. Not in a bad way, but I remember Morgan saying something about you. And that's when I was with her. This was at the end of 2021.
Hang on, I gotta find.
But in terms of signing, I don't know. But you was around.
Yeah, bro.
In terms of signing, I don't know.
2020. Damn. Maybe it was. I don't know. I just know 2021 was the year we was wilding. We had all the parties.
Yeah, we was wilding.
We had like we was damn.
I just remember
we
fall.
We was doing the live
wilding.
streams.
Yeah.
It was jumping.
Fall, we was wild.
I can't remember. I cannot remember.
That's crazy.
Hang on. I gotta do some research because I got your. Hang on. I think I got the paperwork on my phone. Hang on.
But anyway, Savvy.
Yes, sir.
So we have Real World, Get Gone, Proof, Don't Tell It. Now I will say, I know Get Gone, if I'm not mistaken, that was kind of your first song that really.
June 26, 2021.
Dang, that's crazy.
June 26, 2021. What was going on? Where was we?
But I remember Get Gone
yeah,
really
so they
got
was all
some
living
traction
here already.
Yeah.
on social media. And how was it? How was it just seeing a song? I guess I'll say blow up. Blow up like that.
I wouldn't really count it as a blow up necessarily. I was more so
Getting
like,
a lot of
okay,
views.
it got some traction.
Yeah, it did get some traction. Okay.
Then it just slowed down from
Right.
there and then started doing its regular thing from there. But I was like, it was nice to see that happen. I was like, dang, it's crazy. Okay, shit,
Like, it's
shit
possible
can
for
happen.
real, yeah.
Shit can happen for real.
You feel like it kind of validated? Like it kind of validated that what you was doing wasn't like it was going somewhere?
Not more so of a validation, more so of it's nice to see the work.
Yeah.
I more so never wanted to or did attach myself to like numbers and things like that.
Yeah.
To make myself feel better. I'm like, if it's sounding good to me, then it's good to me.
Word.
And we're all human, so if something sounds good to me, then it's somebody somewhere that it's gonna sound the same to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's how it go. That's
Yeah.
how we work. Like there's not nobody that don't like nothing.
Yeah.
Like come on.
Yeah.
Come on now. But yeah.
But so after getting signed with PTP, how was it being? What was like kind of the biggest difference between like just you? It was mainly you working and then being under a label. I guess at the beginning, I'll say like kind of like that 1 year mark or so.
It felt great because it was like, okay, I can just rap now.
Yeah, which most people need to do. But I know, if you don't have a team, you
Yeah.
have to do XYZ.
Yeah, I was like, shit, I could just rap now, and whenever I want to,
Yeah,
I can do
that's a
what I
plus.
need when I want to. That was literally it. Clean and simple. I can do whatever I need when I want to with a schedule. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, literally that simple.
Cool. Clutch. So just moving forward, we have Don't Tell It. We shot a video for that.
Hard.
That's still one of my favorite videos I've done with you. You did a project with Doe School, Night Owl.
Yes, sir. Shout out to those schools.
Yes,
man.
that was
shit
now
so
how
tough.
now that had to be a full circle moment for you from
It was.
going the first session at Doe School to doing a project with him. Did you realize that at the time, like this is kind of full circle?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
That's
I was
cool.
like, dang, okay, because of course I've been hearing his music since the first time I started going there, and I was like, dang, he is crazy because he been doing this for I don't know how long.
Right.
And I'm like, golly, this is crazy. So I was like, I knew from the jump he was crazy. And I was like, yo, it felt good to finally see that, oh, shit, his shit tough now. His shit there now.
Yeah.
Like, it was cool before, but oh yeah, it's there now. And then get to doing the songs. I was like, yo, I knew we would go crazy.
Yeah,
I knew
that project was hard too.
Yeah, the Fanta Colors is
Bro,
still
that shit
very fire track to me.
God, bro.
Yeah.
I think we still gonna do a video for that for sure.
Yeah, that jump was crazy.
Yeah.
That jump was
Like-
crazy. Then moving along, so we got Royalty. We shot the video in Florida
Yeah.
for that. That
Yeah,
was
that
dope.
was fire.
That was fire. You got the Let Me Say joint, Love When I Speak, Swiper. So so now we're
Okay,
at
so now this is
This
okay.
2023,
When did I'm trying to think
2024.
when I started mixing your music. It was right. I mean, I guess it was right after you signed.
Like soon as
I'm trying to think the
like,
first
soon
song
as I-
that you dropped
oh,
that I did.
the first one.
Did I do Don't Tell It?
Nah. Hold on, I could tell.
Because I know I did Let Me Say. And
Yeah,
I
you did
know I
Let
know
Me
I
Say.
did Royalty.
well then before that it was Don't
I
Tell.
think.
It. So it had to be Royalty, I guess.
I guess Royalty was the first one.
Yeah. It had to be Royalty. Yeah.
Yeah, because Savvy signed when I wasn't necessarily good at engineering yet. Right. So like really always provide like I was still providing the studio space, but like you had to work with me if you was coming to the studio space because I wasn't good yet.
Right.
So like Savvy did still he had the faith. He trusted it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
bro.
Got to.
But yeah, so some like Austin wouldn't let me record his music at that time because I wasn't good enough yet, and like he was like, so Savvy he trusted me. And Savvy a lot of the reason why I got a lot better because it was forcing me to be creative because he a lot different than somebody just rapping.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
One thing about you, Savvy, is definitely I can tell when it's a Savvy song and I can tell when it's a Savvy beat.
Yeah.
I can tell just off the first couple seconds, like Savvy gotta be on this, or
Yeah.
Savvy's hands somewhere in this for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it need to be.
Yeah, facts.
oh, it need to be.
Facts, which is a great thing as an artist whenever you don't really blend in with a lot of people. I know there was a time period where you'll get compared to like a Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
now whenever you were getting those comparisons, did we take that positive, negative, or both?
yeah.
And do you still?
Oh hell no, with the still. But at the time when it first started happening, I was like, bro, is y'all crazy?
Yeah.
But then I was like, nah, I'm the one that's crazy. They not tripping. They telling me what they hear.
Right.
Simple. So I was like, okay, well, I see that's not what I need to be doing. So let's evolve from this. However long it take, that's how long it take. Boom. Let's start it now.
Right.
Like, once I got enough to where it was like, man, what the fuck? Then that's when I was like, okay, we got to start this now.
Now, were or are you influenced by Travis Scott any?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What do you say? Well, I guess, like, who would you say, I don't know why I didn't ask this earlier, like, who would you say, if you had to just give a few artists, like, that your sound is either influenced or there's a little, I guess influence is a great word.
Yeah. So,
Or to your liking.
just a few in the bag. Wayne, Future, Trav, Don Tolliver. Really, I really like that because that joint, like, if you wanted to, that's the best way I can put it, something like that.
And what's like one thing that all those artists you just listed kind of like has that keeps bringing you back to make, I guess, like you became a fan of their music?
Okay, Wayne, Boss, Future, Vibe, Trav, the fucking ambiance,
Yeah.
Don, the melodies, how he do his melodies and things like that. he be hitting some crazy notes and pockets sometimes, and I'm like, damn, yo, that shit crazy. Why ain't I think to do it like that right there? Like that could have goddamn flipped something crazy, bro. That was crazy. And I'm just like, damn, bro, that shit is fire. But it ain't no I'm copying, never no copying or anything like that. Nobody. Like we said, influences.
Yeah.
Everybody is influenced by something. I have my own sound. That shit crazy.
Now, what's a current or a future artist? If I asked him that same question and Savvy was in that list, what's something that you think that they would say I'm influenced by Savvy because of this reason?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
Swear to God. Definitely my melodic flows for sure.
That's very Savvy.
Yeah, definitely my melodic flows and how I am in throughout the beat.
Yeah, you definitely.
Like without a doubt.
That's the best way to put it. Yeah, it's definitely melodic. Definitely, I just feel like it's just like.
Yeah, bro.
See, my favorite thing about your music has always been the vibe of it and how cool it sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it just sounds cool.
Cool is a correct word. I would have to say the same thing. I think it like just sounds very spacey, very savvy. Yeah, very cool. Like it's just a cool sound.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, if you ain't fucking with the sound and you just like more of a lyric person, I'm saying something.
You are saying something too. It's not just like noises.
Yeah, like I'm saying something.
Yeah. So if you want to look at it from like a
shit,
if you want to look at it from a lyrical standpoint, that's something that someone can say. If you want to listen to it, look at it from a melodic or the punches or whatever. They can say that too.
Mm-hmm.
But rewind, like I said, you definitely have your own sound. Where a lot of people they can't say that. There's
a
only
lot of people can't say that.
Yeah, especially kind of at a lower level, like a local level. Not everybody can say. I cannot say yes. That is XYZ sound. Like that is their type of song. Where I can say yes, that is Savvy.
Exactly.
100%. Like you cannot copy that. Like you actually can't.
Like that's why
you can try, but you literally can't mimic that type of sound or style.
Exactly. That's why I was like, yo, I gotta change this shit now. I have to change it now. So by the time I got 2021 got signed, it was already there. Like halfway by the end of 2020. Yeah. Yeah, like after Blind Towers, it was over.
Yeah.
It was over.
Now, one thing that I do notice at the end of all your in the credits of all your music is Static Empire. Can you just go just briefly tell us what Static Empire is?
Yes, Static Empire is my entertainment company. We do music, fashion, film, all those works, and literally that's it. Starting up, getting everything, trying to get everything in motion, but I ain't rushing nothing. It's just letting you know it's there.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna talk about that again very shortly. But to finish up the convo about the music, so 2024 we dropped The Wait Is Over.
Yes, sir. First album.
Yes, you have Harbo on there, MJ Troy, and was this engineered by you?
Yeah.
Okay,
yes,
so this is engineered by Tanner on the PTP. How was it? How was it building this project? This is like you said, this is your first album, so this had to be, this had to be a big deal.
That motherfucker was fun.
Yeah. And what was so fun about it?
The fact that it was the first album, of course, that I was hyped for that. The fact that I love the fact that I take my time when I'm doing my songs.
Yeah.
Like I don't really be caring too much about I need to hurry up and get nothing done. It'd be more so of I'm not gonna rush it. It's not that I'm being lazy on it or procrastinating. It's more so I'm not rushing nothing.
Right.
Like I want to take my time to make sure I want to do everything that I want to do on the song. I want the song to be how I want to be when it comes. Once it's out, it's out.
Correct.
Folks is not being able to do what the higher ups be doing, where the song can stay on the platform and you do all that crazy shit with changing the MP3 and all of that while we ain't there yet.
Yeah.
Once it's out, it's out.
It's out.
Yeah. Right. You gotta take it down. Folks don't want to take the music down.
No, facts.
So, yeah, man. I was like,
good time.
yeah, bro. I was like,
That shit was
man.
fun.
Then it was like new beats. I'm like, yo, the beat selection started getting different for me, and I was like, yo, okay, that got me even more turned.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
could
like,
imagine
bro,
so.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, so now these beats turning me up, so I'm like, oh, I'm going crazy
I gotta turn
on
up.
songs.
Yeah, now
I'm
I'm
going
definitely gonna
crazy.
turn up.
Like I ain't even have to think about it. Like it just happening. I'm like,
That's
yo,
dope.
I'm going crazy. He playing them back in the studio. I'm like, damn, bro, I ain't even know I
Yeah,
could
them
do
shit,
this
them
shit.
shits was crazy.
I ain't even know I could do this.
That whole project's
And
crazy.
then I'm like, but I know I could do this though, cause I said I was gonna do this. I said I
Facts.
want to do this.
Facts.
I'm
We
like, yeah,
still
that shit was
seeing.
fun.
Yeah.
I ain't had no nothing about making that project as far as negative. That project was fun, absolutely fun.
Yeah,
all the way up to the release date till it dropping,
And is
listening
the-
to it
and-
after, still be listening to it.
Is the project title strictly that? Like the wait is over?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cause I was like, all right, I done dropped hella singles, done dropped
did some EPs.
EPs, done did mixtapes. I'm like,
I need an album.
yeah, I was like, it's a good time. Boom.
Yeah, and I think that was the funnest part about putting that for me was like, cause I had been asking Savvy like, when we doing the album, when we doing the album, when we doing the album, cause you know Savvy. When I met Savvy, when we signed Savvy, I knew he was pushing the singles heavy, and I knew we had done like we did what You Feel Me Now,
Yeah.
which is hard. I think that's off streaming platforms though, ain't it?
Yeah, but it's I think I because people was listening to like one song, and I'm like, yo, okay, these must not be it.
Yeah.
For so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just clean it up. I always stay cleaning up my platforms.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just clean up and keep out what people be fucking with. So
Yeah.
when new people come, it can look attractive.
Yeah.
That's a marketing thing, you know what I'm saying? So
Definitely.
I'm like, okay, that's how I'm gonna do it. It just wasn't getting really received well, but like one song, so I kept that one song up for a while. Then I let it stay up for like 2 years, and it wasn't doing anything no more. I was trying to push it, nothing. So I'm like, okay, they ain't really fooling with this no more. Okay, let me just keep going. Like it's music. Every song is a trial and error, really.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
And then we started working on the project, and the fun part is we was putting it together like it was an album. Like we was thinking about it, like how do we make this sound like an album?
yeah.
Like the skits was in there.
Yeah.
Like we was just like
I was trying.
we was
shit.
trying shit for
like
real.
I had,
And also that was the
movie
first.
intros.
That was probably the first project I got to do where I felt like I was good.
Yeah, bro.
Right, because that was 2020.
was
I don't know
fun.
what time of year that was in 2024, but was that when did that drop?
But no, that was 2023.
Nah, the wait is over. It's 2024.
Nah,
wasn't it?
that-
Oh, my fault.
Yeah.
I thought you was talking about the damn.
That's
Oh,
in
the
May.
mixtape.
Yeah, that's
Nah.
2024. Yeah.
When did that drop?
May 17th.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
It dropped right around camp.
Yeah, right
And that
around
was when
camp.
I first started feeling like I was like, all right, I might be kind of nice, and like, and then you was the first person that was like, let's put a project together. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, bet. Well, like, let's do it. Then.
Dude, it was perfect.
Yeah, so,
Perfect.
so we put that shit together. That shit was fun,
Hell yeah, man.
and then
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
and it was received well too when it came out. I mean, people was fucking with it. So
Like that. Like I was. People still listening to The Wait Is Over now. It's been out over a year.
yeah,
That's dope.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
It's been out
yeah.
over a year. Boom. People still listening to it.
So like Tanner mentioned camp. So you went to J Stacks and camp. I mean J Stacks and Friends camp in Miami in 2024. Where you can make music, you get free beats. Woo.
legendary.
So you had a dope crazy moment.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about that moment briefly. What happened?
Okay, so it was during one of the intermission portions of the camp, and
It was like late. It was late. at
yeah,
night.
it was definitely late, and everybody was just doing their own thing, which could be whatever at that point.
Yeah.
And I was in the stew, and I was just chilling though. I wasn't doing nothing. And then I heard some music playing from the other room. I heard something going crazy, and I was like, "Damn, what's that? That's crazy." And I was like, "Did I hear what I think I heard?" So I got up, went to the door. Excuse me. Went to the door, put my ear up to it. I didn't want to interrupt the session. So I just put my head to the door. I was like, yo, that's wild. And I was like, okay, everything be up for grabs as far as beats and shit like that. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just stand right here outside the door on the balcony until it's over. We ain't doing nothing. We just like we chilling. So did that. Boom, he came out. As soon as he came out, I was like, bro, did you make that beat? That last one? Nah, that wasn't me. I was like, all right, bro, you make that beat? Yeah, bro, that was me. Shout out to Germ Juice, man.
Shout out Germ.
And he was like, I was like, bro, I'm trying to get on that. He was like, I mean, I made it for a sync, but I mean, if that's what you're trying to do, go ahead. I was like, yeah, bro, send that over. Sent it to me. I said, bro, Tanner, listen to this shit, bro. I sent it to him. He booted it up. He played it. He said, what the fuck? I said, yeah, bro. I was like, bro, let's go.
And me and Savvy was in the lab. It was just me and him in the room.
Yes,
me and Savvy done snuck away.
Yes, we snuck away. Mind you, this is still during intermission time.
Yeah, but it was probably like when we started recording, it was probably like midnight, right?
Yeah.
It was something like that. It was late.
Yeah. Because I think we had to do something, or like one of the segments started, or either we just didn't
I think I
record.
was recording somebody else.
Yeah. Something was
I was in the
going
middle
on.
of another session. Yeah.
So bro played it, but he started the other session because it was their turn. It was already their turn.
Yeah.
And so I'm chilling. We boom. That session get finished. Now at this time, it was only us three. That person left.
Yeah.
We doing the song. Boom. Of course, he didn't play it out loud yet because it's just I got the headphone. We about to record.
Right.
So we doing the song. He like, bro, what you gonna say? What you gonna say? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm about to do something because like I just got the beat.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, but I'm about to do something. Boom. Started knocking out the song. It only took maybe 45 minutes. If that.
It was
That's
quick.
just me thinking of it a year ago. It didn't take an hour though. I swear to God.
It was fast.
But did the Joan, then he played it out loud one time. We just listening to it, making sure.
I was mixing.
Yeah, he was mixing. I'm listening to make sure I like what I'm hearing. Boom. Then somebody come in the room. They was like, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's hard. Then boom, he done started and stopped it because that's what happens during the mixing process.
Yeah.
Of course, he done did that a few times, and like 2 to 3 more people came in. Now it's a
Germ
few
came
people.
in.
Yeah, and then after he stopped it and started it, maybe a couple more times. Everybody in the house by that time was in the room.
Yeah, because I finished mixing it, and then I put the mastering chain on it, and then I turned the speakers up so we could hear it.
Yes.
And I remember it vividly because I hit play, and like 10 seconds after I hit play, it was the horns going. You know,
Yes.
Yeah, the horns was
and
crazy.
Steve stuck his head in the door.
Yeah, I remember that. He
"What?"
was like,
he's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, the horns was crazy.
yeah, bro. And by that time,
And
everybody,
then
the whole
shit
house
got
was
lit.
in the fucking studio.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
to put perspective,
Bro.
not
This
a
was like
studio in a
this
bedroom.
was like a
Yeah,
15
we
by
turned-
15
Yeah,
bedroom.
bedroom.
we turned the bedroom to the stew, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Literally.
And the whole house was in there.
Yeah, literally.
Like, everybody.
There was like 20 people in there.
Yeah,
like, yo.
at least 20 people.
Yeah.
That shit was just going crazy. It was just a sound we ain't, like,
Yeah.
nobody had done that at the camp
No,
yet.
Yeah,
at all.
Yet.
And
And
again,
it was
nobody
like-
could it because this is
Savvy.
Savvy
I'm
sound.
the only Savvy.
You're the only one that
Yeah.
can do it. Yeah.
So that joint happened, and then like folks was hitting the space bar like Tanner ain't even at the computer at this point.
They was
Folks-
just running it
like,
back.
folks was just hitting the button on the
Crazy.
computer. Like soon as it ends, somebody already at the computer. No, bro.
Yeah,
that
we
shit
was in there
That shit
going
was
crazy.
insane.
Yes, the videos was crazy. Like
Yeah,
yo,
we
And
right
Zebo,
about it.
Zebo
Like,
crowd surf.
crowd surfing. I'm
In the
talking about.
bedroom.
Yo, everybody was hopping. I'm talking about everybody was in full sweats.
No,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
for
Full
sure. And it was
sweats.
hot in there.
Yes,
Yeah.
like,
Like-
ventilation
Yes.
was not
Not
like the
zero.
air was on, windows was open.
Keep in mind,
and
y'all, we
folks
in
was
like a
still
5,000 square foot house.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
in this big ass crib.
And we in the
Yo.
smallest room there.
Yo.
It was crazy. That was a crazy,
I
bro. That
swear,
that
bro.
that was definitely a highlight of my
Yeah.
life.
It
I
was,
always
it
say
was
that.
it was funny though because I don't think me and Savvy knew what we was making. Cause like me and Savvy make so much music, so
Yeah,
it was just like,
song.
yeah, we was just making some shit. We knew it was hard.
Yeah,
but like,
we knew it was hard,
We
but I
didn't
was
know
just-
when
I
I
was
played it
just,
out
yeah.
loud. I did not know what that
Yeah.
was. I didn't know what it was about to attract to
Same.
the room.
Nah,
Same,
that was
same.
hard. We the next day we shot the music video, and then just shooting the video that was so fun.
Yeah.
That was so dope. That was a dope moment.
Yeah.
Just a witness for you for
Yeah.
your career.
Thank you, man.
The
I
song is
appreciate
called
it.
Skinny Dip, by the way.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
The song is called Skinny Dip. So
man.
definitely go run that.
Yes,
Run the
sir.
song, run the video. All
Shout
that.
out Germ Juice.
Shout out Germ.
Yes, sir.
But
Shout out Jay Stacks.
Shout out Jay Stacks.
Yeah,
too.
facts.
Shout out to everybody in the video.
For sure.
Shout out to everybody that helped
for sure.
set up everything.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Dope. Very. Ooh, sorry.
All good. All good.
Very dope.
Stay savvy, man.
Great. So fast forward a little bit. So December 20th of 2024, you dropped Unfinished Business, which is a mixtape.
Yes, sir.
You got Harbor on there. You got Leak. You got a beat from Skidmore and Prolific.
Yes, sir.
9 tracks.
Shout out to them boys.
How was it? How was it just making this mixtape and getting this out?
Per usual, ecstatic. One, new producers, so new beats. Boom. And then it's nice to hear the different combos of. It's different to hear the different combos of producers together in a compilation.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, okay. And then it was like ending the year, post count.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, how I want to end the year off type shit. I'm about to end the year off strong. Let me give him a tape. And I was like, yo, I'm going to throw Skinny Deal back on there. Of course, let me throw that back on there because we dropped it as a single. Boom, let me throw that back on there. And then I had some records in the tuck that I had been making at the count and, of course, post count before it got to fourth quarter. Correct. So I was like, shit, let me bust out some songs in the tuck. Let me bust out some new joints for them. And then let me create a vibe. Let me create a strong vibe just to end the year off. I ain't trying to show nothing crazy. Let me just end the year off strong.
Right.
The savvy way.
Correct.
And that's how that went.
Doing
and of
the
course,
savvy
shout
way.
out to Zebo G on the cover.
For sure. Appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Shout that at the camp.
Yeah, shout that at the
saying?
camp.
Yeah.
Shout that at the camp. So okay, cool. So finish the year strong. We're in 2025.
Oh, excuse me. Shout out to fucking Johnny for the Skinny Dip cover.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
facts.
Yeah, shout out Johnny.
It was
My
dope.
guy.
It was dope doing that.
And shout out to you for drawing it
Yes,
up.
I said I have an idea. Drew it up, and my drawing is not good. But shout out Johnny for understanding
Swear to
my
God,
drawing.
Johnny goddamn
Bruh.
tweaked that motherfucker crazy.
Facts. I drew it up late at night. I think I either sent it to you first, or I think I sent it to you first. It was like, do you approve or whatever?
Yeah, because I knew it was a sketch, though. Regardless
right.
of how it was going to look, I was like, he going to send me some kind of sketch.
Yeah.
And then it's going to get final
Facts.
draft. Yeah, man, I
send
was
it to
already
Johnny.
knew.
Johnny sent it back. I was like, yes. I think that was maybe a tweak or two, but I was like, yes, this
Yeah,
is
bro,
literally
that's
my
it. Like,
vision.
it
It was
wasn't
so
even
dope.
no,
Yeah.
it was, that's it. As soon as you said, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Shout out Johnny for that for sure.
Yeah.
So yes, like I said, so now we here, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
It's spring. Right now, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in your music life.
Yes, sir.
So you have this new song called Three Cellys, with produced with Flavor, and that dropped April 4th. And right now, and it is 4/20 today. And it's just according to Spotify. But according to Spotify, we're at 108,691 streams.
Yes, sir.
So that's 1,000 bombs right there. So one, congratulations to that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I know that's a like what a moment. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, man.
Like even it's just like seeing your first 100 views, seeing your
man.
1,000, seeing your 10,000.
Yeah.
This is over 100K.
Yeah.
Like, this is three numbers.
That's different.
You know what I'm saying? This is three
this a little
numbers. So
different. This one a little different than Get Gone.
you
It's a
feel me?
little
Like I
different.
said,
Yeah.
so let's just talk about Three Cellys for a second. It's going up on TikTok.
Yes, sir.
And I'm proud of you because you've been very consistent with posting that.
Shout out to producer Flay.
Yes.
Shout out to my girl.
Shout out.
For sure. So Let's just talk about that for a little bit because right now it's definitely getting some traction and still going up. I mean,
Yes, sir.
just from sitting here, I mean, it went up maybe like 50 streams, from when I first walked in here an hour ago.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Like-
that's dope. Seeing your monthly listeners go up. But anyway, let's just talk about 3 Cellys for a second.
Yep. Okay, so how that came along, I was in Florida. My girl put me on to produce with Flav.
Hey, it's
Boom.
420. Right now. Sorry.
Good,
Cool.
G.
Go ahead.
But yeah, and then we ended up getting in the studio down there. Everywhere I go, I'm looking for a studio.
As you
Even if
should.
I got my shit with me, I'm still looking for one
As you
because I know folks gonna be there. If it is a studio, it's more than likely gonna be folks there, and I can network with folks. Well, even if it's just the engineer sitting there, or if
Exactly.
it's just
Yeah.
a producer, I don't know.
Yeah,
you know,
you're gonna rub shoulders with
know what I'm
somebody.
saying? I could do whatever. So I'm like, shoot. Boom. Me and him finally got in the studio. And at first we was having some difficulties. And we didn't think we was gonna be able to get it done. But of course at this time, we just trying to work. Like we just trying to work. So boom, we ended up getting what we needed. It took like maybe 30 minutes, but we ended up getting what we needed. We needed an interface, and we ended up getting one. Boom, hooked it up. We started going through the beats. We was playing through. He was like, was trying to get on. You fucking with them? Like, yeah, we vibing. I was like, in my head, all right, I'm gonna pick out 3. I'm gonna pick out like a solid 3, then narrow it down. Boom, pick from there. Got to the 3. That was one of the 3. Cellys was one of the 3, and then we ran the 3 again. We listened to them one time, then we ran them again for about 30 seconds, and I was like, yeah, bro, when the 3 Cellys played for the second time, we looked at each other, and I was like, yeah, that might be in it, because I was kind of like doing some flows out loud, but I wasn't really saying nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this might be it, bro. And then he looked at me, he was like, yeah, bro, this one might be it. Boom, went in the booth. He hooked up his shit, loaded it up, boom, recorded it, and then sent the vocals to him, boom, touched them up, mixed and mastered it. Yeah.
Put it out.
Put it out. Boom. Started doing promo. He did a video
Yeah.
on TikTok. We just doing regular promo. We making videos, posting them on
not
social
stupid
media.
crazy.
Like
Yeah.
we just now starting it. Like we haven't even conjured like ideas, like bigger ideas yet. We just starting something.
Right.
Because it's out now. It dropped.
Yeah.
Boom. Second day, third day, it's out. He dropped the video on TikTok. It went up to like, it was like 30 or 50K or something like that in like the first day. And then he started hitting me, and he was like, yo, this joint moving, bro. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, yeah, it is. It do got some shit. It got some shit going.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not looking at it crazy. I've seen it. I'm like, this is not new. Boom. All right. Days pass. I'm not checking it like that. Because I'm trying to do promo. Like, we're doing promo for this shit for real.
Yeah.
Then he hit me again. He like, bro. No, he ain't even saying nothing. He just sending it to me. He just keeps sending it to me. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I'm starting to look at the interactions and shit like that. And then I was like, okay, yeah, it's still moving for real. Damn. By the third, fourth day, that motherfucker was at 500K.
Shit was cracking.
And I was like, oh,
Like, this
fuck.
moving for real.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, shit. Okay, nah, this is real. Like, this is blowing.
Right.
Like, this is blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 2 days after that, after the 500K, it was at 1 million. And I was like, oh, nah, this shit done blew.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
once you hit 1 million
Yeah.
views on whatever,
On
like,
whatever.
that shit
Yeah.
blew.
Like, oh, okay, so
Yeah.
this blue.
Yeah, that's viral.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, okay, yeah, boom. We viral now. And then at this point, well around the 500 shit, that's when I started seeing shit translate. Like, I started getting DMs, a couple DMs from people saying they heard it on Instagram. Started putting the shit on. Started hearing people on YouTube. People asked me to put it on SoundCloud because I didn't even put it on SoundCloud because I'm thinking people not really fucking with the SoundCloud like that,
Can't
but
leave
it's
that
still
crowd.
like a broad, super broad, super
There's
super
an active
broad
community on SoundCloud.
Yeah, but I'm like, it ain't crazy how it used to be. How like when I was listening to it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I ain't gonna put it on there. And then somebody on TikTok asked in the comments, "Yo, this gonna be? You gonna put this on SoundCloud?" And I was like, "Yeah, it'll be on there tonight." And I put it on there.
Fuck it, why not?
That's all I said. Put it on there, bro. I put it up like 2 days. 6,000 plays on the SoundCloud. No promo. I didn't even post the link nowhere. Nothing.
So, I wouldn't even. Nobody would even know it was on SoundCloud.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, so you telling me?
Y'all looking for this song?
Yeah. Like y'all looking for this
y'all
fucking
literally
song.
typing in this song.
Yeah. Like no link, no nothing. I'm like, all right, bet.
What else? Deezer.
It's on everything.
Like 6,000 ain't like.
It's
Don't
on
get me
Deezer.
wrong. 6,000 ain't nothing crazy, but it's not. That's not the point though. The point is the fact that somebody in the comments asked me to do something. One person in the comments asked me to do something, and I did it for him. And then 6,000 people.
Hell, 6,000 people basically wanted the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly, without saying nothing.
Yeah, they wanted
And
the same
that's the
exact thing.
point of it. It's not about
That's
the
crazy.
plays. But yeah. And then like I said, a few DMs on Instagram saying they heard it, they fucked with it. A couple people saying they went and listened to old shit. A few DMs on TikTok. But nothing really transferred like heavily to my social media. It's just a little bit. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with whatever comes my way with the social media. It's like I'm not, oh man, like why I didn't goddamn. No, bro, I'm thankful. It did that a little bit and it went heavy for me on the streaming platforms. That's just how it went. Boom.
Wow.
After so I said we hit the mill. Boom. After it hit a mill, it was just still going after that like days and days. Then it hit 1.2, 1.3. Then it jumped to like 1.8. Then it went to 2. Now it's at like 3. Yeah, like 3 mil.
That's
Ain't
awesome.
ain't no telling what the comments says, reposts, all that shit. It ain't no telling what that shit, bro. Like
That's awesome.
folks during the whole entire process, folks has still been doing promo for it. Like the promo has never stopped. And then it's like, well, of course, it don't move. Why would you stop? But it's like it wouldn't have stopped even if that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
you didn't have to do anything. It was already gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like folks could have stopped if we wanted to. We
100%.
could have been stopped. The shit still was moving, but
Right.
nah, we humble with it. So we still like to this day, right now, we still doing promo for it. We dropped
Actively
today.
posted. Yeah.
So boys is just humble. Like I said earlier, I never attached myself to the numbers and things like that. So I just looked at it like, okay, again, work paying off.
Yep.
Right.
Let's keep it going.
keep
Let's
it going.
use this. Let's use this as a tool to catapult even further.
Correct.
Let's keep it going. I appreciate everybody tapping in. If you came from the socials or wherever you heard it from, I appreciate you tapping in. I appreciate everybody that supported the song when it dropped to help the catapult. I appreciate everybody that was part of the project, part of the help creation, putting it out. I'm thankful all around the board. I ain't sitting here like, yeah, like niggas lit,
Because
niggas lit. Like,
you can go about this two ways.
yeah, exactly.
And we
like,
seen people go about it, the
exactly.
other way.
I'm just
But it's right back to work.
continuing to
Yeah,
do me.
Right back to work.
Yeah, right back to work.
I'm
Cool.
continuing-
Next.
Yeah, I'm continuing to do me. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all fucking with this song like that. I
That's what's
really
up.
do. Let's keep rushing that. Matter
That's
of
what's
fact.
up. Yeah,
Let's
right.
keep rushing that. 3
Right.
Cellys out
But-
now. All streaming plats.
But it's just a prime example, like consistency. That's all it
Oh,
is.
Yeah, man.
We all three know that.
Yeah,
Look,
it's
at the end of the
consistency.
day,
Savvy
Yeah.
in the studio
I
every
always tell somebody. Just be
Savvy in this studio every Tuesday.
Every
and
Tuesday,
and every Tuesday, faithfully.
Just be
Yeah.
consistent.
And we always work.
And times when I'm not able to make it here, I'm
He's
in
somewhere
other
else.
studios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't be like, well, I can't go to my main studio. No, I
Yeah.
had to replace it
You gotta
with a
keep
different.
it going.
Yeah.
Gotta
Keep
get
it
that
going.
work
Yeah,
in,
so
man.
consistency.
That's what's up.
That's
man.
always been my favorite thing about Savvy.
The
is
more
I
you
know
do
if-
it, the better you gonna
Yeah,
get.
I know
man.
if anybody working,
Oh, me and
It's
Savvy had
Savvy.
them thoughts all the time.
Yeah.
Look, just
I know if anybody working, it's Savvy.
just be
Yeah.
consistent.
Cause
You
I'm
be
all,
consistent.
cause I'm always working, and that's me and Savvy always clicked on that because we always on the same page. It's like,
Yeah,
it's
even
like
if
time
it's
to get
times
to
if you
work.
can't go to the studio, okay, well, what if I just can't get there or I just can't get to it? I be hitting them voice memos,
Yeah.
making them voice
Nah,
memos. So when you go, you ready.
Yeah, you
Unless
ready.
you ain't gotta. All right, I'm in here. All right, finally I get to go. Let's do something now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or all right, I got to go now. I'm alright.
Yeah, I already got a
Whatever your
reference.
process do. Yeah, I'm already loaded. So if I got time, I can goddamn do something off the top or whatever. If that's the scenario that's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. Other than that, get in the studio.
But have you
Much
took the
can.
time to appreciate the moment though?
Yeah.
Because it is a big deal.
Oh,
It is
yeah,
a big
yeah,
deal.
I'm
big
taking the time for
first,
sure.
First 100K stream song
Yeah.
for you
First
for the
of many.
for the PTP roster
For sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, sir. I definitely take the time to appreciate it and enjoy the moment.
yeah, because a lot of people that make music don't ever see that. So
Yeah, so
Nah.
I'm
you
like,
definitely got to sit back for a second. I
Like,
know I
man,
did. I sat back for a second. I
it
was like,
was-
damn, I engineered my first 100K stream song.
yeah, I was like, it's shit
And I would say
crazy.
I was surprised, but I had a feeling it was gonna be with Savvy Melado anyway. So
Gotta be.
That's dope.
Gotta be.
That's dope. That's dope. But
Gotta
yeah,
be.
man. I was like, yo, I gotta take time to just chill.
Yeah.
And most of that was just sitting there listening to the song, thinking about more things I want to do for it and
Yeah.
shit like that. Me and Flav got some ideas, more shit like that. And it made me think about, like, yo, this is just the one.
no, yeah,
Oh,
It's just one.
Yeah.
Like this can happen again.
and they ain't
Yeah.
even.
This happen next
like,
week.
yo,
Yeah.
this.
Well, they don't
yeah.
even know what's coming.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it just,
like we know what's coming.
Yeah,
they don't know
man.
what's coming.
And then getting all the feedback from it and things
Yeah.
like that, like going back and looking through it and shit like that. That was definitely
Yeah, all I'm gonna say
was
is if
it.
you watching the Savvy Melado right now, just keep watching because this
yeah. It's only getting better.
this 2025 gonna get crazy. This shit gonna
only
get
getting
this
better,
shit gonna
man.
get wicked.
I swear to God.
That's what that and Sad, I'm just happy for you, man. Just
I
from
appreciate y'all.
you know, I just remember you starting out and then from the time we shoot music videos and photo shoots and all that and
Hell yeah.
just seeing this, I'm like, I was showing my pops, I was like, you want to see something cool? You just want to see something like cool? He's like, what? I was like, look at this. I was like, look at that number. He was like, oh, he's like, that's Savvy, ain't it? Yeah. I was like, Savvy got that many clicks. Yeah. He's like, oh, like how long ago? I'm like, this like right now. Like,
so funny,
Right,
bro. I
it was
swear
like-
to God.
he's like, dang. Like, yeah. Like, this dope. He was like,
Yeah.
word, okay. He's
Yes,
like,
sir.
make sure he's still working. I was like, Savvy always working.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
never had that
man,
follow
I got
button.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, but nah, we all proud of you, bro. Just as a collective, bro. Congratulations on that first 100K and
Thank you.
cheers to Many Mo. Cheers
Yeah,
to Many
man,
Mo.
for
For
sure.
sure. Many Mo.
For
Cheers
sure,
to Many
hitting
Mo.
that
man.
million next.
No,
Oh
facts,
yeah, man.
facts.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hitting
Facts.
that million next.
We getting this one to a million
Nah,
now.
for
Y'all
sure.
keep rushing that.
Nah,
It'll be
facts.
there.
Yeah. Like hopefully this one of them joints. Well, I ain't gonna say hopefully, but this is gonna be one of them joints
Yeah.
where we can a year later, like, dang, we was talking about that.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
before it happened.
Like a couple people done hit me.
I don't
told
know
me,
where you gonna be at. I hope I can
Yeah.
reach Savvy.
man, what? I'm like, a couple people done hit
If
me.
I
told
can't
me.
reach Savvy, I'm gonna be pissed.
I
like,
hope
Savvy, where the fuck you at,
Right.
bro?
I hope I can reach Savvy. But nah, bro, this definitely gonna be one of those moments. So I'm excited for you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
To end
that.
this interview, that's definitely went a little long, but you know we just had a lot to talk about. As far as your acting career,
Yeah, man.
I remember whenever I remember this one thing. You was like, if there's anything you need an actor for, let me know.
Yep. I remember
Left it
telling
there?
you that. I
So-
remember.
Okay, whatever. You know, and there'll be moments in music videos or a short film or whatever. Somebody be like, "Dang, I just wish I knew somebody." I do know
Yeah.
somebody technically, you know.
Yes,
So
sir.
let me,
Yes,
you know,
sir. I'm in
we
there.
just did a joint with this with a Charlotte artist, and you pulled up. We was at the studio, and you played a role,
Mm-hmm.
and looks good, went dope. But from, I want to say your first joint, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was like in South Carolina maybe. I think your song was in a movie or so.
Yep.
Something like that. And then I know just from then till now, I mean, I know you done had moments where you've been in different placements or whatever, and I'm sure you got some tucked coming soon. So how has it been,
Zebo
though,
TV, North Carolina.
being an actor and starting that acting career?
Man,
And what made you want to like dive into that? Because that's not something you hear every day.
okay, so I've always been a movie connoisseur, and I was like, yo, that shit look fun. But when I started learning how the process go, I was like, okay, it is a little bit of work behind it for sure.
Definitely.
Cool. Is this something I really want to do? And I was like, I feel like if I can just get the work, like, just if I could just stick to it, I think I'd be able to do that joint. And then it started. I started like advertising it that, you know, I do that. I act. If you need something, boom. But I was trying to like do it through the music, so it wouldn't be like I'm forcing it.
Yeah.
And then shout out to Cortland Davis. He put my music in his indie film, Left Alone. Boom. After that, the guy who was filming that joint, he was like, he already knew Cortland. And then they was liking my music. Boom, so that put them on. Year later, shout out to Moses. He put me in his film called Works of the Field. Then I actually had a part. Boom, that was my first part. But then the same guy that knew Cortland knew Moses. Boom. That's how that connection happened. Boom. They liked how I did that part on there. And even though it was my first time, they seen how like I was able to be animated, actually be a character and things like that, which I felt like I could do it, but sometimes, you know, you be in your head about shit. So after that, the guy who shot Works of the Fifth, shout out to JB Saturn, he asked me to do his joint. Something that he's shooting called The Hood Angels, indie film superhero movie. Okay, cool. He was like, but I want you to lead this joint though. Be one of the leads. And I was like, oh shit.
Tough.
Yeah.
That's more than just being in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You one of the main pieces.
Yeah, I was like,
That's hard.
Okay.
That's
okay,
hard.
so folks is really fucking with it now. I bet. And I was like, yeah, bro, let's do it. And then right now, we like currently shooting it right now.
Word.
That's dope.
So
That's
I
tough.
can't really speak too much on it.
Yeah.
I gave you the title, that's it.
Right.
That's all I can say. But yeah, that's how that went before. And I also was I would if an artist like in their music video wanted a skit or something, I would do it.
Yeah.
Like remember we did
Love Ain't No Time.
we did
Oh
that.
yeah. You was the main part. Well,
Yeah.
You was one of the main parts. Yeah, for sure.
I
think that was about-
Corey
no.
Miller. We did that. You remember the car scene?
Oh, yeah.
Corey Miller.
That's
Yeah.
still one of my favorite videos.
Yeah, bro. Like people were saying that too, that I would do skits.
Yeah.
Even though I'm an artist, they know I rap and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it. Like I still do a skit for another artist or whatever somebody needs. Like I need work for my resume.
Yeah.
So I need something. It don't matter if it's a skit, long as it ain't like a music video. That's not considered in that portion. Really.
No.
So I was
You
like,
need
I need
a piece.
Yeah, I need something, whether it's reels, whatever it is, I need it. Boom, started doing that, and then it just worked its way up like that. So, yeah.
I love that you see the importance of a resume in a portfolio. I'm the same way. I think it's so important to just have your hands in a little bit, kind of everything. Like, okay, if I need to play a serious role, I can do that.
Yeah.
If I need to be funny, I can do that. If I need to,
Gotta have proof of concept.
yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I can say, yeah, I could play as a scared kid. Well, can you? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
have you ever tried it? Do you have a piece you can show me? You know,
Yeah.
I'm such a portfolio nerd. Portfolio is so important, but just seeing the progress of you doing that, even the pieces that we got to work together with, like Corey's joint and the joint that's coming up with the Charlotte artists and
Yes.
with Tierra B and Jay Ford music video. It's just cool seeing like, damn, Savvy can kind of do a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? He can.
Shout out to the latest skit.
Yeah,
You know who you are.
Yeah,
That shit was fire.
Man, she said,
We ain't trying to.
"Oh, I said she."
We ain't trying to. We trying to let you drop first.
No facts, but they said, "Dang, like I'm glad you passed him my way. Like he definitely played the part well." But anyway, moving forward though, definitely can't wait for the film that's coming out. Especially if you playing more of the leading parts, I gotta tune into that and just see you shine on that big screen and doing your thing. And there's one thing I forgot to mention that is an important part in your timeline. New York Fashion Week.
Yes,
shit,
man.
Bro, I literally just thought I said, wait a second.
Yeah, New York Fashion Week.
Savvy did do that.
Shit was so fire.
That
bro.
was so crazy, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Okay. I'll give you a quick rundown of that shit. So, me and Z went out there, had to bring the guy. Boom, flew out there. First day, boom, rip and run around the city. Just a little bit, just to make sure we got them, get our content in.
Right.
Boom,
Got
eat,
to.
gotta chill. Boom, make sure we get settled. Cool. Second day, boom, got up. It's go time. I had to be at the Armory Arena like by noon or something like that. So I definitely had time to get up and get myself together. Like it wasn't no rush because I didn't get up late.
Yeah.
So I was just because I had to be there at noon. We still got up early.
Time, yeah.
So boom, boys had enough time to eat, do all that, eat twice actually.
Yeah.
So we was on time for that. Boom, I
Went
got
on
to
that bus ride.
Yeah, bro. We took the bus. We took two buses.
We took
to
two
get over
buses.
there.
The bus ride across from we was in BX. We was in the Bronx. From the Bronx to I don't know where the Armory was, but
Yeah, I don't know where.
bro, there was this lady on there.
Manhattan, I think in Manhattan.
Yeah, there was this lady out there, bro. She was motherfucking she was like praying, but like she was praying out. And this is like a New York bus. I mean, we in that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's wild.
She just keep going, and when we was on this bus for a smooth like at least 20, 30 minutes. I'm gonna say a smooth 30, but she just kept yapping and yapping and going and going.
Like
I'm talking about just praying out loud. I'm like, loud.
And the crazy thing is, bro, you got the right to do that. It was just crazy experience.
Yes, because it was a lot going on, honestly.
Like,
it was just
and then you got other people on the bus. Like it ain't just us on the bus.
Yeah.
The bus was packed. Like this is a New
yeah,
York bus. The bus was packed.
That New York public
we
transportation.
was like,
this
like,
is public transportation.
you about to give me a headache. Yo, that shit was crazy.
That shit was crazy wild.
But moving forward, we ended up, we finally got off. We went to this McDonald's and the security guard. We met the security guard or whatever. Cool as hell. It was just real OG type shit. And the McDonald's was wicked. It was just a lot going on.
He said, we asked him like, why you gotta stand right there? He's like, man, the crackheads be coming in here, man. I gotta make sure they ain't run up in here, man. They be trying to steal in here, man. They be trying to come in here, run in here, get some drinks, man. I be having to throw these youngins out, man. All kinds of people.
He got to open up the bathroom. You want to get to the bathroom? He had a key to the bathroom.
Where was
like
y'all at?
Bro,
we was in
the thing is, we weren't even in the hood.
Yeah,
like,
we
this
was
just
in
a
Manhattan.
normal, regular, like, place.
I had a similar experience in a Burger King in New York.
bro. Like, he had to unlock the bathroom for, like, he was standing
and you
right
had to
there.
buy something. You could not just walk in there and say, I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You got to go buy something.
Yeah.
Run it by the security guard. He going to let you in the bathroom. He going to wait by the door till you finish. It was like a process. And I was like, damn, I would have peed by now. It's fuck this.
Yeah,
but
bro, that shit was crazy.
anyway, I went out and about on my skateboard. I left Savvy. I was like, just get with me. We're gonna get up later. I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm gonna go do mine. But anyway, getting in there,
Yeah,
you know.
and that was only because I couldn't bring nobody in
Right,
with me.
correct.
Like I had to be by myself.
Oh,
So-
and then we had to get the clear book bag.
Oh yeah, man, that was oh my god, bro, getting the clear book bag because look, I had one clear bag. I didn't have no clear bag at all
yeah.
because we couldn't find a store. Then we finally found a fucking store like way out of the way.
Yeah.
Went and got that shit. I had to, but they only had 2 small ones, so I had to get the 2 small ones to hold all my shit. And I was just like, "Oh my god, bro, we going out of the way." And that was not the plan. That was not the fucking plan. But we got it done.
Right.
Boom. We at the armory. I go in there. I'm just chilling. I check in. Well, we had to wait outside for about 30 minutes. So I was networking outside. Simple. Like I got doing the Instagrams and all of that. Got that out the way. Then I was like, we finally got to go in. Boom. They was in there setting up the main thing, but we went upstairs to your designer. So I went and found my designer. Boom. Shout out to Lonnie Taylor. She had a fire-ass piece for me.
That shit was fire.
But that what y'all saw,
She
though,
did the green shit. Yeah, that shit was
that shit
tough.
was
but that wasn't the first piece I had on though. That wasn't the crazy part. That wasn't the first
really?
piece. Yeah, I would have gotten some. I didn't get nothing because it was chaos once we got up there. Because some people that was on our team, as far as under Alani Taylor, didn't show. So she had to basically readjust her schedule and how she had everything set up. And so everybody on our team was like, once she handed you what looked like you needed to have on, we was trying to hurry up and put that on and present it to her to make sure it's right. Like we wasn't really trying to take no time to be chilling and goofing off or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So the first piece I had on was like an all white joint, and it was a coat. It was like a leather coat, but it was thin, super thin, and all white with white leather pants. And then I had like a fur coat on top of that joint, and like the fur came down like here, it was big. Oh my god! And I had like a white belt, some white shoes. It was just like pure snow.
Yeah.
That joint was fire, but it didn't fit the way she wanted it to fit.
Gotcha.
So she gave me that green shit. Boom, put on the green garments, stepped out, and then it was a hat. She was like, let me put this hat on. Boom, she put that hat on. She was like, you need something else. I was like, what about that bag? What about that bag? She was like, yeah, put that bag on. Then she had the pockets on that shit. The pockets is zippered onto the jacket, so you can unzip the pockets and take them all the way off.
Oh shit,
That's crazy.
So for when it was my turn to walk, I just zipped the pockets halfway and let them hang, so you can tell, oh, these are detachable. Or you can zip it all the way back up and it just looked like it's the regular jacket. Like this shit was so crazy, bro. Like this shit was so crazy. Everybody's pieces ended up how they needed to be. Everything fit everybody on my team. Everybody that y'all seen in green that was Alani Taylor.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that ended up being so crazy. My first show ever, first fashion show ever, first walk ever. Got great feedback. Definitely opened people's eyes that like, you really about what you say you about.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't, just like the song, I didn't get big headed or anything. It was more so of all right, it's nice to see the feedback. It's nice to see it pay off. Mm-hmm. It's nice to be able to show that I do what I say I do.
Yeah.
Right.
Simple as that. As far as fashion, I haven't did another show yet, but I'm not in the agency yet. I did that that was the only solo thing.
Right.
So I'm trying to get into the agencies and things like that so I can get more shows lined up. But I'm still building my portfolio, my modeling portfolio.
Yeah.
So that's what's in the works right now. I can't give you too much sauce.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was dope. Just to see, I just remember you mentioning it, like, yeah, I might have this opportunity to walk in New York. Will you be down? Yeah, I got family up there.
Zebo always down to go to New York.
We got somewhere to crash all that.
And like I said when we left, bro, I would have had to be with you, bro, because I would have not known where to fucking go.
Hey,
not
man.
as
Or
far
how to move
as
around.
like not the fashion shit. Of course I knew where to go, but I'm talking about everything else that we did all our business shit that we did on
Yeah,
our own,
for sure,
bro.
for sure.
Yeah.
That was you.
For sure. I
That
appreciate
was
that.
you,
Thank
bro.
you. Yeah.
Them trains and shit.
Oh,
them
yeah, hey.
buses, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
I tell everybody that the first time you go to New York, you need to go with somebody that's been before.
Yeah, who
Yes,
knows
bro.
how New York works.
Like,
Because if
we
you go
was-
there by yourself, you don't know how the train work,
you
how the
gonna be
bus work,
fucked up.
how
Yes.
people work. Oh, God. That's
Yes.
probably going to be a
Like, we
miserable
was-
time.
Yeah.
It was times where we was on the train or on the bus for like an hour,
Yeah.
and it's like and I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, okay, this New York. This is how long we was really traveling to get from here to here. That's pretty swift because he know where he going.
No, yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, imagine somebody
If you
don't know where they
don't-
going. They
Oh,
just
yeah.
trying to
You
figure
gonna
it out.
fuck around.
You gonna fuck around, get off the wrong
You
stop. Like yeah.
We knew,
It's so easy
okay,
to get
when we
lost
get
in New
off
York.
this train, he like, yo, okay, when we get off this train, we need to get on this train, right? Because this train is going to take us over
Yep.
here. And then when we get off this one, we got to wait till this one go by because that's going to go a whole different route. We
Yeah.
got to wait on this
It's-
one.
it's a
Like,
system.
It was a
Bro,
whole
It's a
the
system.
thing.
number
I'm
one
like,
thing I see people fuck up in New York is they try to use their GPS once they on the train.
Oh, yeah, nah.
And
You
it
lose all
doesn't work.
service. Yeah,
you
lose
gotta
service.
hit the GPS before you
get on
walk
the train.
down to the subway.
That too.
Yeah,
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
like you're literally going under the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that,
it's-
and that's an underground word.
Yeah, and
Yes.
people don't.
That-
oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
a whole
The subway is.
different word.
Yeah.
So
Like,
Bro,
just put that in perspective. Think of what else is under the fucking ground.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
New
all
York
I'ma
subway
say.
crazy, bro.
yeah.
We was
all
on the
I'ma
sub,
say.
it'd be homeless, it'd be
telling you,
homeless people
bro,
just
you
pissing in
see-
the back of the car, bro.
you
That
see
shit
a
was
lot in
crazy.
New York,
Bro,
but
New York is wild.
yeah,
bro.
I'm glad we could tackle that. I'm glad everything was successful. I'm glad we had somewhere to stay. I'm glad
Swear to God.
met up with Day Samaj up there. We shot some content. We did a
Yeah,
reel.
content was crazy,
Yeah,
yeah.
we were just bobbing around. That first day, I said we just going to just.
Yes, sir.
That's
we
the
just
best
going
part
to
about New York.
Yeah, we just gonna be in New York. Wherever we go, that's where we
Bro,
go.
the best
Yeah,
part
bro.
about New York is you have to have no plans.
Yeah, like
We gonna find something to
Oh,
do.
yeah,
bro. We did.
Yeah, we
Every
did.
time, like,
Yeah.
we was doing
Yeah.
something all day,
Yeah.
every day.
That's
Oh
how
yeah,
New
by the
York
time
is,
we got
bro.
to the crib,
Tired.
Tired, bro.
Bruh.
Like we made sure we was outside all day.
oh,
Yeah.
we was outside.
That's
all
that's what
day.
you do in New York though. Like
Oh yeah,
you don't
yeah.
get like New York is not the place to
Weather
chill.
was good
No.
too.
Oh, the weather was great.
Yeah.
That was a great trip. Everything was
Didn't have to
successful.
wear no nothing crazy. Little
Right.
jacket in when the sun get gone. Little jacket.
Yeah,
'cause you
yeah.
know with
You
them
just-
buildings, the
No, the
breeze.
wind get crazy.
So you do gotta have
little
some sleeves on.
But when that sun up,
Yeah,
boy,
yeah.
that sun was man. You
Man.
could wear pants, shorts, long sleeves,
Yeah.
short sleeve. It was feeling
New
good.
York was dope, bro. Got to go to the rap cipher over at Union Square Park.
Rap cipher was dope, man.
That
Shout
was
out them
dope.
boys.
Yeah, shout out them boys. Them
Yeah.
boys know how to. Them boys can rap.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Especially
saying that.
the bigger white dude. I forgot bro name. Well, no, I think he's Hispanic. Whatever he is. That his name Mikey. That motherfucker. Woo! That motherfucker. That's a
Bro,
cold
like,
motherfucker,
and the
bro.
fact you told me about the shit before we went.
Oh, yeah,
you
they-
told me
on
about it.
TikTok,
Showed
go
it to me
crazy.
on TikTok,
Yeah.
bro. Went out there, them boys
We
was
going out there.
live
Yeah.
on TikTok,
Live
bro.
on
Doing
TikTok.
another one, bro. That shit was crazy.
Shout out them
Crazy,
boys, man. Hey, Union Square. Make sure you go every Friday. I'm gonna plug that in there.
Yeah,
them boys
man.
doing something good, man, for real. But we're an hour 45 in. But before we close this out, is there anything that we did not discuss that you want to throw out there?
No, we touched on everything for sure.
All right,
For
I got
sure.
one last question.
What's good with it?
What can we expect from Savvy Melado in 2025?
2025.
Definitely got some singles for you, for sure. And we might have a mixtape this year. But for singles, for sure.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay.
Mixtape, maybe.
Okay.
That's what I can guarantee you. Definitely some more fashion, for sure.
For sure.
Definitely more fashion. And the acting, we still building the portfolio. We finishing up some shit right now. But like I said, we still need to build the portfolio. So we seeing
portfolio's
how
important
we
now.
gonna see how that we gonna see how that go. We gonna see how that go. But for sure, I can guarantee you them singles and the fashion. Yeah,
Singles
that's what
and
you're gonna
fashion.
expect for that 2025.
Word up.
Solid answer. Singles, fashion, visuals coming,
It's on the way. 2025.
songs coming.
You already know.
Everything coming. Thank you for coming through, Savvy.
Hell
I'm
yeah,
glad.
man.
Savvy on the pod.
Bro,
Hell yeah.
We
Had to
Long
get-
time coming.
we've been trying to do this for about a year. It just never added up because people's schedules and everything.
Yeah, man, we're working and shit, yo.
Right.
Niggas still work.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
for sure.
So niggas is hella busy with doing everything that we do. So yeah,
Right.
man, it just be that schedule and shit. But we got it
But
in.
we got
though.
it in.
We got it
I'm
in.
glad this interview is gonna age so well. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that people get to get just the insight of Savvy Melado. I feel like a lot of people they might have seen your name, but they don't know about you, like how we know about you. So
Yeah, man.
you got to just give new fans and old fans just an intake of what's going on with Savvy's world.
You think these people know how hard we work?
No,
They don't. do
no.
they?
I don't think honestly.
Not at all, and that's not saying that in a malicious
not like a
way.
bad way.
That's
I'm
not a
just like
malicious way. I
yeah.
just like I'm just answering the question. No,
But
don't do
you
that.
know, but
some do, some
Some, but it's the people that witness it.
Some.
strip us out of that. The way I always looked at how people work is you don't know how hard someone works. Period.
Exactly. All
Yeah.
you see, because all you're seeing is the final product.
That
Yeah.
can go from someone as big as a Drake.
Yeah.
That go from someone as big as a Martin Lawrence. You know, we can go all day.
Yeah.
You do not know how hard someone works.
Yeah.
You know, just like you and me. You know, whenever you get home from work, you in that studio. You know, me. This is what I do full time, so it's not like I'm working from 11 to 2, then I'm done for
Yeah.
the day. Whether that's from shooting, editing, on the phone,
Right.
meetings, networking, searching for locations, you know, all that is work.
Work, yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
day.
Exactly.
It's
yeah.
an all day thing. So, but to answer your question, no. And I think you can you show people what you want them
Yeah,
to see.
yeah.
You know, I can show you all day of what I do every single second. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And just to show you, just to prove that to you, or I can just show you what I want you to show, and I'm gonna just let the work be the
speak
proof,
for itself.
You know,
Yeah.
if you see if you see how consistent,
Well.
you know, we are, how you know XYZ, that should tell you something.
Exactly.
And
Just know you staring at 3 of the hardest working people you probably ever seen.
yeah, you know, very very hard working. It's just passion. It's just, you know, I care about. I really care about what I do.
Yeah.
You know what you do. We just really care about what we do, and we want to see. You know, we want to be able to just see our full potential. You know, whether that's
man.
Yeah.
superstardom, whether that's just financially good, whether that's just being happy and content with what we do. You know, we just want to see us fulfill that. So if that's what we just gotta work, that's what we gotta work. If that's
man.
you know, and this is a very competitive industry. From what I do, from you do what you do, it's all very competitive. But you know,
Yep. Everybody doing the same.
yeah, everybody
thing.
has different goals.
Competition gets smaller and smaller by the day, though.
You know, yeah. But
Y'all ain't,
all I
y'all ain't gonna keep up that much longer. Like,
all I can, you know, what Drake said. You know, I hope the fakes get exposed. You know,
hey, man.
it's just like the podcast example I always use. You know, on paper, let's start a podcast. Let's talk
Sound
about
easy.
whatever, yada yada,
Sound
until
easy.
you
Yeah.
get really knit and
So you
grit.
sit in front of that camera.
We gotta
Yeah.
be each other's face all the time. We
Mm-hmm.
have to make sure that we're cool. We're friends. There ain't no drama. There ain't no beef.
Right.
Somebody gotta edit it. Somebody gotta
Yeah.
come up with the topics. Somebody gotta have the computer. Somebody gotta have the mic. Somebody gotta,
Or you just
know.
really good at talking and you don't have to
Yeah.
have topics.
That too. No, that too.
That
you
will
gotta
work.
make sure
That will
communication wise, you gotta make sure you're a
Yeah.
people person.
Yeah, that'll
You
work.
gotta think about all that instead of, yeah, we like talking about football. We just start a podcast. You know,
Yeah.
anybody can say that. But
Yeah.
anyway, just work hard. But Savvy, thank you for coming.
Hell yeah, man. I
3
appreciate you
Cellys
having
going up, and I hope it just continue to skyrocket. And
Man, I can't
whatever
wait to watch
rooms,
this interview about 2 years.
yeah, whatever rooms to get you in, man.
This shit gonna be
you know,
crazy.
you know my advice. Hey, look, bro, just network, rub the
Hell
shoulders,
yeah, got to.
and make sure you talk. People don't want to talk. People can be beside somebody as big as Bill Gates, and they don't know.
Because they ain't
You
say
have
shit.
no idea because you ain't even say what's going on. You know how you doing? You know, ooh, I like your shoes. You know,
Yeah. Something. Just something
just
like
something,
that.
just something to get some communication. You know. But anyway, but yes, thank you for the interview, Savvy. There is one last segment
Appreciate
that we
you
do,
having me.
and that's just last minute questions for the next minute. And yes, minute. We are going to just go over. We're just going to ask random questions. They aren't written down. They're just at the top of our head. I still don't even know what I'm gonna ask.
Yeah,
but
I don't either. Just answer as fast
literally,
as you
yeah,
can.
you just answer as fast as we can, and we're gonna ask as fast as we can. But these are very random questions.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. The country, city, or the beach life?
Be like
Favorite color?
red.
What's one of your favorite artists outside of rap?
Janaika.
Dream feature.
Damn. Fuck. Don.
Don top.
Dream producer placement.
What'd you say?
Dream producer placement.
Oh. Weezy.
Ooh.
Tough. Dream place to live. It could be country, city, state, whatever.
Out the country.
Where?
I ain't chose.
Okay.
All right, just somewhere
What's
out the
one of the
country.
worst piece? One of the worst piece of advices you have like heard. And then one more question for Tanner, and then one more question for me.
No sleep. That's the worst advice I've ever. You gotta stay up. Yo, I get it.
Prison,
Look,
no
I
sleep.
understand staying up late sometimes to get shit done, but the no sleep shit, no, bro. You gotta have sleep.
You
Like,
do.
What the
I've
fuck
done
you
learned that
talking
the
about?
hard way. You gotta have.
You
sleep.
have to have sleep, bro.
Yeah.
Literally, your brain, you will not like work the same because
Right.
it's fucking tired.
Yeah.
You will not come up with your best ideas.
You right.
Fatigue.
Oh, you right. Because if I'm sleepy and I'm sluggish, you asking me to give you an idea for a music video?
That's what I'm saying.
Hell, I ain't got shit for you.
I don't
then
know,
on top
bro.
of that,
You
it
get to
show-
a point though where you meet delusion.
Oh,
and,
yeah, you
and
do.
creativity go through the roof.
It's a fine. All of it's a fine line.
Yeah,
It
but-
is a
Fine
fine
but
line.
if you go, if
Sometimes
you
it
go-
can work in your favor. Sometimes it don't.
Because like
Yeah.
at these camps, I get to a point where I'm like, oh, I'm going crazy, and it's because I ain't sleeping. It's
Yeah.
delusion. I don't
Yeah,
know
it
what's
is a
going
fine
on.
line. It depends.
I'm so creative.
Good
right
answer
now.
though. Good
Yeah,
answer.
yeah.
That is
That is
one of the
terrible
worst.
advice.
Yeah, terrible advice. Terrible advice.
Come on, man.
Yeah, but one more question from one of us.
Favorite fashion brand right now?
Favorite fashion brand: Boohoo, C2 the brand, Big Old Cartel.
If there's shout out to DG. If there was a movie, just one of your favorite movies that you could be in, right,
Yeah.
playing as an acting role, what
Yeah.
movie would it be?
Oh,
And why?
for sure, MCU.
Oh, okay.
And why? And what play like what acting role?
One of the superheroes or something. Whether it's one created or I was one of the ones that already existed, something, just something in there, or like a I can do the action shit, action or sci-fi or both. Yeah, but just throwing one out there, yeah, definitely that MCU. MCU, any of the Avengers movies, or any, if it's whether it might just be a solo one where
Yeah.
they just won, yeah,
Just some Marvel movie.
yeah, it was something.
Yeah, Marvel dope.
Something.
Bro, they so good
They
at what
dope.
they do.
They better
Yeah, they
goddamn get right, because
Excuse me.
it ain't been the same.
That is very true.
I know shit changing, but it ain't been the same.
That's very true.
But yeah,
Good interview, Savvy.
Yes,
That's all.
sir.
That's all we got
Solid.
for you.
appreciate you, man. Appreciate
course.
y'all having me.
Yes.
Shout out to the team.
For
Shout
sure.
out to
Home
everybody
team,
that support
home
me.
team in the building.
For sure.
Shout out to everybody that's supporting 3 Cellys. Make sure y'all keep
Yes,
rushing
go
that.
run that. 3 Cellys
Everybody
out
that's
now.
been supporting me from the beginning. If you just found me recently, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Keep doing it. I'm gonna keep delivering. I got y'all. Love y'all. Preach.
Straight like that.
Straight like that.
man.
All minds and hearts clear.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you follow Savvy at.
Savvy Melado on all platforms.
Make sure you go follow Tanner at Pay Pay Records. Make sure you follow me at Zebo.g, the Zebo page, Zebo NC, and the podcast page, The Last Man Podcast. Make sure you tune in to Zebo's Boombox where you can find your next favorite NC artist on Spotify and Apple Music. Shout out to our sponsors, MAMACITAS Food Truck and Libations Mobile Bar. Make sure you get your tacos, get your drinks. Go run 3 Cellys out now. Make sure you're running Savvy
Right now.
Melado's projects, Unfinished Business, The Wait Is Over,
Yes, sir.
Skinny Dip, 3 Cellys, all that. Make sure you're running up.
Them
Yes.
the latest joints right there.
Yes, right there. Showing love. Make sure you just give them a follow. Stay tuned. TikTok, Instagram, all that. And wherever you are, as long as the music is good, make sure you're supporting your local artists, their music videos, their reels, their songs, projects, all that. And let them know what's good. Let them know what's not good.
Yes, sir.
Last words?
Cool.
Savvy Melado.
Skinny
The real
dip.
motherfucking sensei. The real motherfucking sensei.
All
The
right, we out.
motherfucking real sensei. Yes, sir.
All right, we out.
But just know, Zebo is where it's at.
Oh, Zebo TV, North Carolina. Yeah.